How do you do that?
You have, similar to like straps for shocks. Same sort of idea, but you put it on the suspension.
Jesus Christ. Sometimes it's like passwords are automatic for me, and then sometimes I just fucking have a brain fart. And I think,
yeah, I love Face ID, but then you forget your passwords over time.
I know,
Using
I'm
Face ID.
And then it's like I'm not doing it the right way. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Did you see your renewal there?
Yeah, thank you.
At least the Tesla service was quick.
Yeah, that really was.
Watching the camera. It's just a black screen.
Oh, let me show you how to do that. Hold on. I kind of discovered a workaround when it does that.
Okay.
Did you actually plug it in this time?
I did. Thank you.
Hey, that's funny.
Got anything fun planned for the weekend?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what though? I'm bored in a good way. Well, I might go flying if it's not too windy. But Stephanie and I describe our lives as delightfully boring, meaning that we love it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
There's no drama, there's no stress, there's nothing. We just do what we want when we want. No deadlines, nothing. God, that to get to that point though, truly, is really wonderful. People say they're at that point, but really to be there, there's something to be said about it.
I'll get there. Not today.
Well, you're not like stressed though, right?
Not most of the time. Yeah, I mean, I deliberately don't keep a computer at the house. That way I can't take work home. So
That's odd.
when I get home, I'm home. That's it.
Okay. Really shit.
Pork chop.
Pizza.
Pizza, not me, Jack. You can have it.
I haven't had pizza in so long.
Then you should have it.
I only have it when I'm here.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm serious.
We've seen pizza be delivered. Maybe in a while.
I've not ordered pizza at my house in a long time.
We had a pizza driver show up with the pizza and said I just left Martino's fucking house.
That was 2 months ago. It's been a while, Tommy.
And he was like, I haven't had, didn't he say he didn't have pizza?
2 months ago.
And you didn't have pizza that day. You got so busted.
Poor Tommy.
What is this about? Shouldn't there be some confidentiality between pizza drivers?
Yes.
Shouldn't there be something?
Yeah. I said, I bet you ordered pizza. He goes, I didn't order pizza. I'm here by myself. And the pizza driver shows up.
Start a new Pipple law.
Says I just left Martino's house. That's that client, not attorney, client driver privilege.
There's what's going to hit HIPAA. You know, you're going to get your PIPA for something.
Okay, am I actually on? All loaded? Gotta get my, whatchamacallit, my slots.
So did you get the boy out to Nebraska okay?
God,
Fine.
it's horrible.
He's doing great.
Good.
Yeah, we're not. But he's doing fantastic.
Oh.
It's been the hardest.
Even though there's
thing.
no difference,
We
yes.
have just cried. It has been
horrible.
I cried all the way
Why?
home, all the way
Why?
there.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Showtime.
Hey, 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 here, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and this day is Car Day, as we do every week. That doesn't mean we only talk about cars and trucks and motor vehicles, but if you have them, this is the day because we have experts available. Jeff Vick's with us today, Kimmer Transmission in the studio, but you can call about anything. You know, I had a very close friend and client, sponsor, referral list member for years write to me saying her electric bill is outrageous. She has a hot tub running, and she has a pond. Our friend Bonnie. And she's wondering what she can do. Electric bills are way too much. She's thinking about solar. And I said, be careful with solar because there are too many fly-by-nights. And I'm trying to find good solar companies. That's been our quest forever. Good solar companies that don't just install new ones, but also service old ones, and ones that don't just come and go. It's been one of the hardest businesses to get a handle on, solar. It really is. And it's so needed. I think every house could use an auxiliary solar system of some kind. The industry kind of screwed itself, and here's how they did it. As soon as tax credits came into being, they simply raised prices to absorb them. It's amazing. Consumers did not get the benefit. And you'll know this because as soon as tax credits go away, the prices will come down. And you're going to pay exactly the same as you did with or without tax credits. That's what I hate about tax credits. In fact, that's the way it is with every business, really. Like with car dealers, when they lease a car. You're supposed to get the benefit of a lower acquisition cost because you're only paying for the car's use. And at the end, it has a residual value that you can turn in, sell, or buy. But because of that, you get a lower monthly payment. But because it is a lower monthly payment, they pack the payment. So you end up buying a lot of useless crap. Dealers are famous for packing payments with useless crap. Prepaid maintenance, windshield coverage, extended warranties, mop and glow we call it, paint protection and dent protection and all kinds of protection. And then they have theft protection. Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Jerry's got a Hyundai. Then I'd like to ask people, yes, I'm going to ask you straight up. I'd like to know your opinion. This is what I want to know. This is not where I'm going to, try to change your mind or anything. I'm truly asking. You know I'm the king of asking. I like to ask. I'm tired of the news telling us what we think. I'm tired of people telling us what we think. I truly want to know a multiple choice. Whether you like Trump or not, I want a multiple choice. Do you think people unfairly pursue him in general? Do you think you don't care one way or the other? Do you think it's weaponizing the justice system? Do you think that it's been unfair and that people are attacking him? He's an attackable kind of guy because he's just smug. A lot of people don't like him. But do you think it's fair? Do you think it is a witch hunt or not? Or do you think, hey, let's go get criminals? Because the New York City district attorney...
Then that Biden kid be sitting in prison somewhere with his cocaine and whores.
The New York City district attorney specifically went into office decriminalizing almost every crime there is. Violent robberies and burglaries, and as long as people aren't hurt, he also did other decriminalizations of all sex crimes, of course, gambling, prostitution, drugs, all of that. And here is a case, well, you did not decriminalize, but you escalated to make it a felony. I just truly, honest to God, can we talk as adults without fricking name calling and hate calling and all that? Just talk. I, honest to God, I want to know my audience's temperature. Do you truly believe this is a furtherance of justice and peace?
What do you believe?
Okay.
Walk right down that middle line for me. Go ahead.
No, there's no middle line when I believe. What do you mean, Mark? What the frick are you talking about when you ask what I believe?
What do you believe?
Okay, do
you believe it's a witch hunt?
My beliefs have nothing to do with the middle line. My beliefs go left, my beliefs go right, my beliefs go middle. Here's what I'm going to say. Bottom line. I think There's something about Trump, I swear to God, that makes people crazy. That's what I think. And I think that they feel they're being heroes by going after him. That's what I think.
I'm asking I'm asking you the question you put towards others. Do you think it's a witch hunt for him? That's a yes or no.
I just said that. I think that makes people go crazy. Do I think it's a serious crime? No. Do I care? No. I don't even care. I don't care.
You don't care that they're weaponizing our politics?
I said, Mark, listen to what the frick I'm saying. I said I don't care about the crime of him miscategorizing a payment to a whore. I don't care about it. Do you know how many people make deductions on their taxes and miscategorize them?
Everybody.
Now, we don't know. Maybe it has something to do with campaign finance.
Well, that's the other thing. The one thing we don't know is what he's indicted for.
That's
which
right.
is very strange.
So, right. But I honest to God, and I'm going to tell people, don't even email me when you tell me you don't want me to talk about this. Just don't even email. I don't want to hear the emails. I don't want the text. This is such a major development in American history. That's all I want to know. What I don't understand is in a move where we're decriminalizing absolutely everything, do you think this is fair and just? And if you do, that's fine. I mean, I'm curious about what you think. The one guy that had a comment hung up. I'm going to go to the car thing. Jerry, what's going on with you, Jerry? What's happening with your 214 Hyundai Tucson? What's going on with it? Oh, I got to push the button. There you go, Jerry. Sorry. I got you now.
Okay. The Hyundai Tucson, I actually purchased it. So it's in probably 2014, brand new. And now I got an extended warranty, and I've maintenance.
So did you buy an extended warranty after yours ran out?
No. They sent me one because of the problems they're having with the motor. And
did you know about that, Mark? Is there an extended warranty they send people with Hyundais, Tucsons?
I mean, you can buy one. Did you buy it from a Hyundai dealer?
Or did they give it to you?
No, they sent it to me because of the recalls.
They sent it to you free?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about it. What is it called? Is it an extended warranty, or does it only cover one item?
Well, just a real quick question, though, Jerry. Where did you buy this from?
The car, Arapahoe Hyundai.
And you bought it from them as a used car, right?
No, new. 2014 new.
Well, then you would have a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. They might have extended the mileage. What did they extend it to?
They extended the mileage to 150,000.
Okay, so you have 150,000, 10 years, so your warranty is coming up in about a year. So what's the issue?
So the issue is now I'm having trouble with the service department.
What's like the problem?
I took it in.
For what?
Because the engine light came on and it lost power.
Okay, that's called limp mode. Okay, what happened then?
And then in the last 4 years, it's been consuming oil.
Okay. So what do they say you need? It sounds like an engine, and it should be covered under their warranty.
So they're telling me, so the last time I took it in, which was a couple of weeks ago, went and picked it up. I said, you know what? I bought 4 vehicles from your dealership.
Yeah, well, what did they do to the car? Did they fix it?
No.
What did they do?
Well, they sent me email saying, the car needs spark plugs, the car needs...
Okay, and it does. So what?
That stuff's not under warranty, though.
But so tell me what the problem is, Jerry.
So the problem is I had the engine light still came on.
Oh.
I didn't replace the spark plugs because they wanted to charge me a total of $600.
Okay, Jerry, you don't have to go to them to change spark plugs, but you probably need regular service. How many miles on your car?
109.
You need to change your spark plugs, and you need to do a go over.
Jeff, what else would she need engine-wise?
Well, definitely a timing belt. That's going to be something that's another maintenance item.
And if that breaks and her engine is gone,
her engine's toast
her
at that
warranty's not going to cover that.
100%. A catastrophic failure like that by a non-covered item will not be covered.
This is Jerry, not Terry, right? This is Jerry?
It's Jerry.
Terry, okay.
But they didn't even mention the timing belt.
Okay, listen. I don't know what they mentioned, and I don't know why you're complaining about it, because you brought it in for service, and there's certain things not covered under warranty that you need to have done. And if you don't want to have it done, go get a second opinion. There's nothing else to discuss. If you think your engine is bad, that second opinion will tell you that. And if the engine's bad, then we go back to the dealer. It's as easy as that. I hate to make it that simple, but it is that simple.
That check engine light coming back on, they pointed at spark plugs. Likely you have codes in there for misfires, random cylinder or particular cylinder, and that's going to prompt that light.
303-713-TALK.
I love Hyundais, but you get up around that 100,000 miles, you got to put money into them. That's why I always sell them before 60.
303-713-8255. Listen, waterpros.net, the best water systems, lowest prices. $1,600 will get you a whole house softening system. That's paulthewaterman.com. Yeah, that'll go there now, too. And the phone number, let me just give you that. It is really worth calling, 303-862-5554.
Children's Hospital Colorado Mighty Millions raffle is here. You could win the $3 million grand prize show home custom built by J-Con Custom Homes. Located just minutes from Red Rocks Amphitheater, there's 6,600 square feet of fully furnished, professionally decorated living space. Plus, it comes with over $900,000 in bonus cash. Make a mighty difference for patients and families at Children's Hospital Colorado. Buy your tickets now at MightyMillionsRaffle.com.
The Art of Granite is the place to go for countertops. You'll get cost at the Art of Granite. What does that mean? He doesn't mark them up. His wholesale account on quartz, quartzite, granite, marble, solid stone of any kind, solid surface of any kind, engineered stone of any kind. That's it. theartofgranite.com. You also get prices on the phone because Mitch Fleury is proud of the deals he offers. He also tears out and hauls away free, and he'll do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. 303-386-5919. Get your price. 303-386-5919.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
You've heard our jingle, but have you tried our cereal? Now's the perfect time to do it. Hi.
A very small item, but if you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Here's another thing I often do. I see lights sometimes lit up, but nothing on the call screen. I've seen that like so many times. There's 2 or 3 lights lit up, and they're all like on hold there, but there's nothing on the call screen.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm just looking.
No, I want this
Here's
feedback.
What I want to say to begin with. Overall, she's doing an excellent job. I also think she needs to be more proactive with finding, connecting.
Your Della Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Terry.
Fred.
Wilma.
Connecting.
Barney.
Bam Bam.
Or I don't know. Maybe you used to
Grand Poobah.
know who to get on.
Well, I always said Wilma. Betty.
Well, it took me some time.
To be ahead of time, yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
hell's
to
that
get him
tiger's
ahead
name?
of time and knowing, okay, he's going to want an expert.
Or to ask him, who should we get for this?
The little alien guy. Oh, I can think of all these people, but I have no names.
What alien guy? For what?
From the Flintstones. He's also from the Jetsons. It was a crossover.
Dino?
Hanna-Barbera crossover.
Dino?
Dino was the
No, that was the
Dino!
dog.
Dino was their
the
pet
dog.
dog.
Yeah, Dino.
Yeah.
He was the dog. He wasn't an
Damn,
alien.
Pebbles.
Pebbles was the girl.
Who was the Zippo? No, what the hell was his name? Damn it, alien on the Flintstones.
I didn't even know they had one.
Yeah.
He came back from the future.
Yeah,
He was from the
he would
Jetsons.
jump in between the Jetsons and
The Great Gazoo.
Flintstones,
The Great Gazoo. The Great Gazoo.
I love the Flintstones
Heck
and
yeah.
the Jetsons.
Wilma!
Is that it? No. No, you can't go crossover. Who was his boss?
That's what I'm trying
And
to think.
their machines always had little animals in
Yeah.
them.
And they always looked very worn out.
Oh, what was his name?
Mr. Slate.
There you go.
I looked it up.
Yeah, because the Hanna-Barbera characters always had, like Mr. Sprock, Mr. Cogsley, Sprockly Sprockets.
God,
Mr. Slate.
damn cars, too.
Where did he work?
He worked inside a Rock Quarry.
Rock Quarry, yep, Bedrock. God, what a great written show. Unbelievable, huh?
That's back when cartoons were good. And
They were
great.
Quick Draw McGraw.
There you go.
Okay.
They
How
had
long
adult humor in them.
When do you think the Flintstones came out?
Shoot, it had to be...
Do you know how many cartoons would be politically incorrect right now?
They're coming out saying Friends had a lot of politically incorrect stuff now.
September 30th, 1960.
Your daughter is a huge
Black and white.
Friends
I don't remember
fan.
any
I don't
black
remember
and
black
white.
and white
So
either.
funny.
I did a video for her birthday.
You did?
She didn't see it yet. Her party's tomorrow.
Oh, what is she going to be, 18?
She is 18 already.
Oh,
I took her out for her birthday that night.
Oh.
We went out, but
Her party is
tomorrow.
Aw.
What'd you get her?
Got an adult on your hands.
I got her whatever
She can go to jail now.
I told her what she wanted. What she
Not in
wanted
this
is
state.
what she got. What she wanted was what she got.
Cool.
And that was like her hair, everything. There was
A makeover thing kind of
God,
deal.
she just wanted it so bad.
She's such a cute kid.
Look at that. The video is 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Really fast.
Of her growing up?
Just various. I'm going to show it to you. It's various shit. It's so much fun putting it together.
Addie's getting ready to turn 21.
You should see the pictures of Jay's little boys with them and when they were just little babies.
That Henry, he is a cutie. See her one. Oh, shoot.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Rhonda, what are your thoughts, Rhonda?
Well, I just wanted to say that I think that they hate President Trump because he's exposing the swamp, and including the FBI and CIA, and he's a businessman and not a career politician like a lot of them, and so they're haters.
Well,
And,
it sure looks like a witch hunt when you think of everything that they've done. Now, I'm not saying the guy's a great guy, but there's no president that's a great guy, and there's no president that's a rotten guy. No one's ever as good or as bad as people say. And I think, on the most part, most presidents have done a pretty good job, except for maybe Nixon and Carter. I mean, the other presidents didn't do much bad. I mean, Phil, what's going on? What do you think?
Hey, Tom?
Yes, sir, Phil. Go ahead.
Hey, let me get y'all a speakerphone.
Yeah, let's do this. Just make a comment here. I'm interested.
Hey, you're right. I've been with Donald Trump ever since he was elected.
Do you think
it's a witch hunt.
Phil?
The Democrat Party don't want them in there. You know that.
Well, of course,
Everybody
but no one wants their
knows that.
opposition in there. Go deeper than that. I mean, listen, they didn't do this to Bush. They didn't do this to Reagan. They didn't do this to anybody. Come on. I think the Republicans went after Clinton pretty bad. I think they did. I mean, they went after Clinton for some stuff. I think, I don't know if it was a witch hunt. Do you think it was as bad?
It was pretty bad, man.
Yeah, they went after Clinton.
I thought that was really bad stuff. They should have never have done that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk to now Noah. Noah, you have an issue with a 2005 Nissan. Go ahead. What's happening?
Yeah, well, I bought this truck from a private seller.
Now, did you buy it used,
he gave,
obviously? When did you buy it? How many miles? Tell me about it.
I got it last week, like last Friday.
Oh, bought the RX 350.
No. What Titan?
Oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong one. You have a Titan. I'm looking at the wrong line. A 2005. Sorry, how many miles on it?
Yeah. It was 196.
Oh my God! Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Now, Jeff, do you believe what I believe, that you absolutely will have issues over 150,000?
I expected it.
Okay, so what's wrong with it?
I knew it needed a new muffler and probably a new transmission. So I took it into into AMCO, and they said they won't they won't touch it because the frame is so bad on this thing.
And you would have
I
probably
was
found that out
wondering-
had you didn't check it out, did you?
I looked, but I don't know of, like, frames and stuff.
Yeah, but that's why you get it checked out. See, I drum this through people's heads, not because I don't want to help you, but because I want others to avoid it. But that doesn't mean we can't help you. I don't know what happened. You bought it. It had frame damage. Was it in a prior wreck?
It doesn't say. It has no prior wrecks on it. No. And
why is the frame bent? Did they have an idea? Jeff, why would that frame?
I don't think he said it was bent. He said it was bad. You know,
bad how?
With all these salts and
rust. I'm sorry, rust.
Yeah, the mag chloride and the salt brine that they put on our roads tears your cars apart. It is crucial that you get regular car washes. Go through with the undercarriage, get it sprayed off. It doesn't take a lot.
I thought that undercoating they do protects them.
You know, we have a lot of vehicles that'll come through that it's questionable whether you want to even put them in the air.
What's the deal now? What are you talking about as far as repairs?
I believe I just have to flip the title and total it out.
What?
Get it unsalvaged.
Wait.
Title for it.
Wait. So it doesn't drive at all?
It drives, but it's not really safe now to drive. So I was wondering what my options are, if I even have any options.
You mean against the seller?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Because I can't.
Nothing.
I can't get registered. It won't pass emissions, so there's nothing I can do, right?
Okay, well, guess what? Has it been more than a few days?
Like I said, I got it last Friday.
Okay, I want to know that again, at the risk of sounding senile, with a private sale, it has to have a current sticker on it, right? Mark, we've gone over this a lot.
It didn't have one.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if it has to have a current one. Where did you?
That's what I was wondering.
You live in Denver Metro, right?
I got it in Boulder, yeah.
Okay.
Listen. I know you're going to try to. How much did you pay for this?
$3,000.
$3,000. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you really expect? Why didn't you check it out?
I knew it was going to be a fixer-upper. I knew that. That's what I was expecting.
So then it's a fixer-upper. That, Jeff, you were frowning when he said yes to total it. Why?
Well, he said he had to total it, but then he said something about it having a salvage title.
I would have to get a salvage title.
Oh, you'd have to get a salvage title.
Yeah, because it won't pass emissions.
Yeah,
I can't get emissions.
As long as it had a current emissions on it when you bought it, they didn't break any rules there.
It didn't have a current emissions on it.
Then he would have to sell it as a towaway by law.
At the time of the sale, the seller is required in a private sale, listen to this, with a passing emissions test that has not been previously used to sell or register a vehicle. Okay, that is it. Now, what does this mean? I believe you got a case here. And I believe you can probably sue the guy in small claims court for your money back because he violated state law. How about that? That's what I think. However,
that's what I was thinking, but I didn't know if I could or not.
Don't mention anything else. This is the only thing you're going to sue on because now, I hope on your bill of sale or somewhere it doesn't say tow away.
It doesn't not.
Well, okay. Why did you buy it if you knew you had to have an emission sticker? Why'd you buy it?
I didn't realize that until I read after.
Okay. I think you got a case against the guy, Noah. I really do. Mark, what were you going to say?
They could also give him a certificate or cash to pay for it.
Not the private owner. It has to actually says.
That's what I'm reading.
Where I'm looking at Colorado.gov, and it says
Colorado dealers
are required to provide an emissions test.
If you are buying a vehicle that requires emission testing, the seller must provide you with the new passing emissions certificate at the time of sale.
Right. So they have to hand that to you. You got him dead to right, bro. You know what?
That
doesn't excuse people, though.
How many
days
do you have to complain about it, though?
That's the part. Well, hold on, Mark. What do you mean how many days? Here, it was last week. I'm sure. So,
I don't know.
Because they can't claim, well, it didn't pass now because of you when he never gave him one to begin with. That's the point. Mike, what is your comment? Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I just wanted to comment on the Trump indictment.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, first off, I mean, these are just accusations.
Right.
So I think we have to wait for this to go through the courts. And second off, honestly, if he had paid Michael Cohen the $132,000, this never would have even come up. Third,
well, he did pay. Wait. He paid Cohen,
okay.
And Cohen paid the whore, and then after he paid the whore, she
alleged whore,
he reimbursed Cohen and called it legal fees.
But he was sitting in bars in D.C. moaning and groaning about Trump trying to stiff him on the $132,000. I mean, I remember when that came out a couple of weeks
I don't remember
that.
So, Mike, here's what I'm asking you, though. Do you think it's a crime worth prosecuting?
Cohen went to 4 years to jail for that. So
wait.
I mean,
why did he go? Why did he go to jail for what?
Well, it was his involvement in this. I thought it was over campaign.
Now, campaign's a whole different thing. And that's why we don't really know, do we, on what the actual indictment says.
He went for tax evasion.
Did he go for his own tax evasion?
He went, it says right here, $50,000 fine, tax evasion, and campaign finance violations.
Paul, what do you think, man? Do you think good, go get him, he broke the law, he deserves to go down, or is it a witch hunt or somewhere in between? What do you think, Paul?
Hey, Tom, definitely a witch hunt. I'm just looking at all the past history on Trump and the political system.
Russia.
Well, that wasn't the only thing, Mark. There were so many things.
No, but that was Hillary's campaign setting him up for failure.
Do you know that, and I'll let you finish, Paul, I just wanted to say that the one New York State Attorney General, she ran on the promise she was going to get Trump.
No, this guy did, too.
No, did he?
Yeah,
he did too?
Literally,
okay. Anyway, go ahead, Paul. Finish.
But anyways, look at Hillary with all that illegal server she had. She didn't get.
I know.
It's not even the server part, Paul. Forget about the server part. The part that gets me is how much evidence she destroyed. Cell phones, hard drives. They destroyed evidence.
Correct. And look at Biden's son. They have the laptop. They say it's his. They've admitted it.
He recorded himself doing a drug deal with a hooker.
Right.
You can go watch it on YouTube right now.
Right, and all they want to do is pick on Trump. They don't like Trump because he's not part of their system, and he's not part of the good old boy system, and that's my feelings on it. That's about it. I'm just tired of the political bullshit. Sorry.
Okay, we got to get that. Did you get it? Drop it, bro. Okay, good. I'm sorry. Yeah, 303-713-8255.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Drivers can expect the usual slow spots around the Denver Metro for the 10 o'clock hour. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. On the south end of town, I-25 northbound at Yale Avenue, construction work continues with some backups all the way back from Bellevue. Only about 3 or 4 minutes of delayed driving for folks heading to the downtown area. Into downtown, I-25 southbound continues to show speeds in the 30s and 40s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. And up on the northeast end, I-76 westbound, slow traffic between 74th and I-270. Box 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there, warm again with a high of 54. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 64. The current temperature is 45 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Are you tired of listening to stories that are saturated with wokeness? If you are, then you should try Red Pilled America. We tell good old-fashioned stories that align with middle America values. Listen to Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
You know, if you're looking for an RV, look no further than CentryRV.com. I've been representing them for years because they have great deals on both new and used. They even give high trade-in values. We'll buy your trade-in. Even if you don't want to trade, just buy your RV, right? So whether you're looking for a Class A, Class C, whatever classes they are, or the fifth wheels, the travel trailers, the pop-ups. They have it all. 303-453-1111. It's exit 240 and I-25 along that frontage road, SentryRV.com.
Have you ever met a single person?
Eric.
You might have to.
You might have to pay the family and medical leave insurance through your payroll.
For yourself.
For yourself. Isn't that weird?
It's 1%.
So I need to get this over to Eric.
Then,
I can send it to Mark. Do you want to read it?
It won't have anything to do with.
Send it to him.
It'll be last year's taxes.
2022?
No.
This
year's taxes.
So what does that mean? I have to pay an extra 1% on payroll for myself?
You gotta ask Eric.
I think so.
So, and do I get to take that money back?
No, and it has to be matched and everything. Like
yes, it's really
an
weird.
Employer-employee. Do you want to look at it? You want me to send it to you?
I don't want to do it in the middle of the show because I'm going to get too fucked up about it. But I will look at it.
It doesn't even matter. I mean, it is what it is.
Does it really save just one person?
You know what you do? Then right before you retire, you take family leave and pay it all back to yourself.
No, but who gets that money? The government pays it to you, or does the company has to pay?
You're paying in, and then when other people have to take the paid leave, they're getting it. It's a big pot.
Why don't I just take family leave?
That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you? I have no idea why you wouldn't.
On vacation, I'll take family leave for mental health.
If you got to pay into it, why wouldn't you?
Oh, you're talking about the new stuff you're pulling out of your checks?
Yeah, did you start doing that? Did your payroll people do it?
I do on my own payroll. Yeah.
How much is it?
It's
1%?
No, it's like 0.45% or something like that. So it's not much.
But then it comes out of the employees too. So the total's 0.9.
Well, if you have 10 or more employees,
okay,
then both sides have to pay. Or no, over 5.
Let's Eric tell you.
Send it to him.
So, but yeah, no, I started doing it right off.
It won't affect you till next year.
But you can only
starts this year.
Yeah,
but you actually have to apply for it.
Deductions start in April.
Yeah, you actually have to apply for it for that
Who
leave.
does this pay?
So there's only qualified things that they will actually pay you back for.
They're gonna know. I mean, they're gonna automatically pull it out.
So
you're not gonna have to do
no,
shit.
That's their documentation saying I need to set up an account and enroll Tom in it. That's the documentation I sent from them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and you're going to have to do exactly that. You're going to have to.
And will you
set up
have
an
to
account.
do any of that? You don't take any.
We don't do W-2
at all.
0 W-2.
I may not have to now that I have my. Oh no, I might have.
You only did it for one reason, so I don't know if that reason's over.
You're right. I might have to figure because I'm done with that.
Then you can't. I don't think you would take W-2.
But I think
because right now you're paying double taxes.
Talk to Eric about not taking W-2 payroll.
I'm going to talk to him.
Yeah, because right now you're taking it, and you as the employer are taking it. You're double dipping.
So, but yeah, you don't get it for any reason. You have to apply for it. It has to be accepted. It has to be certain things that you're leaving for that you actually get the money.
Well, here, if you're going to go picket Trump coming into town, they'll give you the day.
Probably. But and then I think it only pays up to 75% of what your normal wages would be.
Up to a capped amount, though, right?
Yeah, there's a capped amount on it.
I might have to step out to do a phone call, Mark.
This is weird. Oh, here it is.
I thought the Family Paid Leave Act went into effect at the beginning of the year.
It did. You have to be enrolled, and what is the documentation?
Are you sure you're not talking about the one for the IRA account?
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So we got a comment. Jay has a comment on Noah's issue. Noah bought a used car, 2005 Nissan, private sale. In fact, we're done with Noah's call there, and we told him to take him to small claims court because the guy never provided him a valid sticker.
What kills me about this particular problem, and we get this all the time on used cars, I never hear of one that actually goes through and gets out of the deal. They simply don't. They don't go through the time to get in front of a judge and actually track the guy down and serve him and get it all done.
But they probably could do it.
I guarantee they could. We just read the rules. You have to sell it with a current sticker that hasn't been registered yet.
Okay, so Jay, what do you have to say?
Even bigger than the emission sticker, and this is good information for you and the whole audience. If it's got a salvage title, there's an entire package of paperwork that has to be filled out.
This wasn't a salvage vehicle.
It's just a POS.
He said he has to make.
I believe he said it was.
No, he said he needs to convert it to salvage because he can't get it registered.
Oh yeah, you cannot sell a salvage vehicle without proper pay.
Yeah, you got to sell it as a tow away.
Tell me what you need though, Jay. Since you called, what do you need if you sell a salvage vehicle?
DMV will actually hand you a packet of papers, and you have to fill out each and every form. It's a
and you have to provide that to the buyer.
You have to. When you go and exchange the title, if it's not there, they'll send you on your way.
Okay, well, thank you for that. 303-713-8255. Kevin, this is the RX 350 I was looking at, the Lexus. What happened, man? What happened with this one, Kevin?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Good morning, gentlemen. I just recently purchased my wife a 2022 RX 350 from I'm talking the last couple days, from the CarMax in Parker. And when we drove it, I mentioned to my wife, I said, I hear a whine in the back. And I didn't.
How many miles were on this?
Less than 700.
Wow.
So I heard a whine in the back that would accelerate with the speed of the vehicle. And I told her, I said, I don't think that's road noise. I said, I think that's like a bearing or a drive shaft or something.
Less than
something
700
drive
miles.
System.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So anyway, when we got back to the dealership, I took the salesman out for a drive, so he heard it.
It's under warranty, right?
Yeah, it's under manufacturer warranty, I believe.
Yeah.
And even CarMax has some form of a warranty.
Okay.
Of course, they like to try and sell you an extended warranty, which I turned down.
Right.
But anyway, I took the salesman out for a ride, and he heard it, and he says, okay. He says, let me write this up, and gave me the information to call service.
Wait a minute. What do you mean write it up? Did you buy it anyway?
We bought it.
And what did he write up? Was it called a we owe?
Basically, he gave me a paper with the defect on it, and he gave me the number of the service department.
Yeah, but did he say they're going to pay for it? What good is that? He wrote down the defect. Did he say we're going to guarantee it? What did he say?
Well, basically, they just said, bring it to a service department, they'll look at it and see what's going on with it.
Okay,
so anyway,
and keep going with the story then.
So anyway, yesterday was the first day I actually had driven the vehicle any distance down to the Springs and back. And when I got back, I had a real strong smell in the cabin to me, I said that my initial reaction was burnt gear oil smell. And anyway, this morning I went out and smelled it again. It's there. I thought it was the tire or something in the vehicle.
This is under warranty, man. Take it in.
It's under warranty.
Yeah.
It's under warranty. Well, I'm not complaining about CarMax because they've been fine. I called them.
Well, they didn't do anything. I mean, they've been fine. No. They sold you a car. Okay. They took your money and sold you a car with a whining in it. What happened then?
Yeah. This morning I called CarMax. And they said, they called me back and said, you need to take it to the dealer since it's under warranty. I said, okay. So they said, take it to Greenwood Village, Lexus.
Got it.
So I called them and I scheduled to have it towed down there Monday, and CarMax is paying for the tow.
Good.
Okay. But my big concern is this morning I found not a huge puddle, but a puddle of gear oil underneath the car. And
do you have a guarantee? Do you have a money back guarantee with CarMax?
You do for 30 days. You can take it back.
Yeah, they do have one.
Have you been past the 30 days?
Oh, no. We just bought this 3 days ago.
Okay, so you better make a choice pretty quickly because it's getting more and more complicated. And if it's owner abuse, they're not going to cover it.
That's true. But what it is I was going to take it to Cooney and see what they said about the smell, the leak, and the whining.
It's 30 days, 1,500 miles.
Yeah.
All right. So now, so what is your question to us?
Well, my concern is let's take it to Cooney Lexus. They look at it and say, hey, something's out of oil, or there's a problem with the gearbox, or something like that.
Then it won't be covered. It won't be covered.
It wouldn't be covered under the manufacturer warranty.
Right.
Okay. Now, would that fall under CarMax's thing? Because they're supposed to check that vehicle when it comes in and everything.
No, they don't have a warranty unless they issue you a warranty. The fact that they look at it doesn't give them any responsibility to you at all. They sold it as is to you if you look at the paperwork.
Yeah, it is. It's a used vehicle. It's considered a used vehicle.
Yeah, so, no, here's the bottom line. If it was abused or neglected and the warranty doesn't cover it, CarMax isn't going to cover it. You're going to have to take it back.
Okay.
That's really to be safe.
Yeah, I just read this too. Well, plus they probably, if they didn't maintain that properly, there's probably a bunch of issues.
Yeah.
But you do have to pay shipping, so you don't get a refund on the shipping. And you might have to pay for shipping back. I didn't realize that till now.
It's right in Parker.
It's in Parker.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like I said, the vehicle only has less than 700 miles.
Yeah, which was it owned before?
It was owned by someone, and it was sold to CarMax in California.
Then there's a problem.
No,
if somebody owned that,
he's only had it for 700 miles. I'll correct what he said.
Well, you said there's only.
There was only 693 miles on the vehicle when we bought it.
When he bought it, that's what he meant. So why would someone own a car and take it back or sell it with only that many miles on it? There's something wrong. Well, there's something wrong with that car.
Why would someone do that?
I don't know, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't own it.
That's crazy.
It's not my car. Okay, hold on, man. I told you what to do. Take it back.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Drivers can expect a normal Friday midday slowdowns throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 at northbound at Yale Avenue. Construction work continues with slow traffic back from 225. Only a couple minutes of delayed driving towards the downtown area. Into downtown, I-25 southbound still showing speeds in the 40s and 50s between I-70 and Spear, and up on the northeast end, of course, I-270 westbound, slow traffic approaching Vasquez. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there, nice and warm again today with a high of 54 degrees. Overnight low of 28. Tomorrow, even warmer, 64 degrees, mostly sunny. On Sunday, high of 68. The current temperature in Denver is 45 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
You've probably read The Lorax and the Grinch, but do you know the story behind the stories? We'll have the story of both of them. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Harris Family Law does webinars live every week, I believe Wednesday evenings. They also archive them for you to view on any topic or many topics on family law issues where you can get free advice. And I suggest you avail yourself of this valuable information provided by harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. And if you ever need a family law issue answered or you need to consult someone, 303-515-5000. At the Art of Granite, they pride themselves at doing countertops. They've done thousands since starting with me, and they have a wonderful track record. Cost on all materials for the countertops, tear out and haul away free, and the bathroom vanity done free when you do the kitchen. And here's the deal. You can call them, describe your project, take some measurements. They'll give you a price on the phone. Get it started with a phone call. You'll love the way Mitch Floria does business. And they do more than granite. They do any solid surface, natural stone, or engineered stone that you want. theartofgranite.com. 303-386-5919, 386-5919. All right.
God, I'm going to be stuck here forever again.
Why?
Doing Leland show again?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you signed up for it, bro.
I know. It's just when the day comes. Yeah, it's different.
Who else is doing it?
I don't know. I don't ask. Don't care.
Today will be really fun.
I don't think so. It'll be fun. I don't think it's going to be different than any day. I mean. We didn't have a live in this block. Did you do your lives? Am I crazy? Did he do fucking lives?
I don't know. Once you go to break,
You did.
Talk to your boy Tom.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So I had to break some rotors like only like 3 months ago. He thinks it's done again.
That's what it sounds like.
3 months. I mean, it was like $9. So I don't know if he did front end rear, my guy, but it was $900. Like,
oh my God.
Both.
Let him take a look at it. Tom is honest and he's good.
And depending on what kind of rotors they bought, because you can get cheap rotors and.
And he said he thinks that I would only need the front ones, which would be a little pricier than like the front ones were my old.
Don't get cheap rotors either, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, I am not, admittedly, like not a car dude, so I have no idea what kind of rotors my current guy got. But for $900, he probably did give you front and back.
Mark, just take. I'm gonna make some phone calls. It's just piling up.
You all right?
Just it's my I bounced a credit card for some reason with Michael Seda, and I don't know why. I mean, I gotta, but that he's not mad at me, but I want to take care of that. And then
I'm staying right here.
Yeah. It'll just be a minute.
Talk to your cardiologist. That's
Would you?
I'll get it. Or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets
Between him and Brown, it's like a fucking Metallica concert. I'll put my headphones in, and I still forget. Right after Brown's show, most days I come here, sit right here, plug them in, and it's fucking so loud my brain wants to explode. I don't understand how headphones can be that loud. But Tom does the exact same shit. Would you grab me a water?
Sure.
What did he say? He had a credit card with who?
I don't know. He was
Mike?
Michael's, I thought he said.
Michael's Auto Body. All right, 303-713-8255. Listen, you've been ripped off or taken advantage of. As we like to say, you've been bamboozled, maybe. You want to give us a call. We love diving into this stuff. 303-MARTINO's the number. You can always email us at help@troubleshooter.com. And what else can we do? We can do a lot of different things. Now, we do have a comment on Trump. Of course, he was indicted apparently yesterday. I guess technically yesterday. Mike, what's your comment?
Hello?
Hey, Mike, what's your comment?
Oh,
My comment is, what's the matter with that? It's the money went there and what he did. Who's to say he didn't go on an extravagant date and he paid it? And then they're saying, well, it's because his lawyer paid it. Who's to say that wasn't a settlement?
Well, they're not. Yeah, but that's not what they're saying, Mike. What they're saying is either he used the money wrong that came in for financing him running for president, okay? Or what they're saying is he deducted it on his taxes as an expense, and it's not an expense you can deduct. So that's really what they're saying. Listen, man, I think it's all BS. I think the trial is going to prove that it is. But, I mean, that's what you're saying is not what they're saying.
Okay, then I misunderstood a lot of it. But
well, and here's the other thing. I want to say this, too. Honest to God, we don't know what they're saying, and we're not going to know probably till Tuesday, it looks like. I'm dying. Do you think they'll actually handcuff him? What do you think, Jeff?
They already said they're not going to be going through the whole walk and
they're not going to do the perp walk.
Yeah, they're not going to
the
put
walk
him in handcuffs.
Shame.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then people say, is this a good thing for him? I have no idea. I can't imagine it's a good thing. And here's
Making a martyr out of him is one of the worst things they could do.
Well, but what I mean is it going to be good for his campaign? I don't know. I don't know. If you're a Trump lover, it's going to make you what? Vote twice? Well, you can't do that. So, but if you're not a Trump, does it change the guy in the middle? Right now, what do you think? There's a lot of people that voted for Trump and then also voted for Biden 4 years later. Those people right there, what do you think they would do if the election was coming up real quick? What do you think, Jeff? What do you think, Mike? Forget about Mike. I can tell you're a Trumper. I'm a Trumper. I know how I would vote. Now, I'd probably vote for the Florida governor over Trump now, but what I'm saying is those people in the middle, what do you think they're going to do?
I think they're going to be split.
You think so?
They'll be split.
So it's going to make no difference?
No.
We're going to find out. All right, listen, 303-713-8255. Ripped off, taken advantage of. This is Car Day. Any issues you got, we want to hear from you. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
I honestly wish if they were going to attack him, they'd get something that would actually stick so he couldn't run for president and clear the path for DeSantis.
I agree with that. But to come after him for this, but once again, we don't know what this is yet.
Right.
They might have something we don't know. Look, I know the guy's not squeaky clean, but you can't point to one person in fucking Washington that's squeaky clean.
Kennedy.
Not one.
Kennedy was banging Marilyn Monroe, for God's sake. All right?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. And they want to make a big deal. I'm sorry. If he's doing Marilyn, great. Good for you. What I do not want is the guy with his finger on the nuclear button to be factually frustrated. Okay? If I'm not getting any, nobody's getting any.
Yeah.
No. You know what? Do what you're going to do.
Okay, I got it.
We had such bad storms going up to Norfolk for our son. They closed the highways after we got up there. People couldn't get back to Denver or back to wherever they were from that town. It gets sketchy on that I-76 and I-80.
Oh, anytime they get to a point where they've got to close highways. My ex-wife and I, one time, we were going. Actually, was when Tom used to do some of his little getaways. Get groups of listeners to go on these little getaway type of things.
Yeah.
He had one up at Steamboat at the end of the season, and we decided to go up to that. Sounded like fun, cheap steam, so on and so forth. Well, we got on to Rabbit Ears, and we weren't on there for 10 minutes when they closed the highway, and we're on it at the time. So we can't turn around and go back out. We didn't even know they had closed it. And we're driving her Toyota Camry, for God's sake. And it got to the point where literally I had to put her in the driver's seat, and I was walking in front of the car, and she still couldn't see me, so I had to knock to tell her right, left, right.
She must have been white-knuckled. Well, you're going so slow.
We were going slow at the time, but at any moment we could have got stuck, and then we weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
But I was outside the car for probably close to an hour before it cleared up to the point we could see so that I could drive.
Well, it would have been so concerning, but he hadn't signed his lease, and they were making an exception. The maintenance man was meeting us on Saturday evening.
So you were on a dead...
Because we had American Furniture showing up Monday, and we told them we had keys in hand. And so then you think, well, if the highways are all closed, they may not make it anyway. Oh, they made it all right, and we made it. But all the way from DIA through Sterling, going all the way up almost to North Platte. Are you familiar? I mean, pretty much wide out, and ice all up I-76, bumpy ice.
And that's the worst.
We were going like 30 miles per hour. It was scary. I was like...
Have you ever been in an actual ice storm?
In Tulsa, not here.
Yeah, ice storms are the worst. I freaking hate it.
I was telling him about the roads on I-76 and I-80.
Fuck, man, there was this much ice on one of them.
Crazy.
We were just, if I took to Tesla, we would have been fucked. Totally fucked.
Yeah, and we were on such a time crunch for our kid getting his,
it was full blown. It was crazy, man. It was windy as fuck. You couldn't see shit. Semi trucks fucking off the road, upside down, fucking everywhere.
It was crazy. But you could still smell the ranches. You always knew when you were passing a ranch. It's like, oh, I said to my son, oh, another cattle ranch we're passing here.
We stopped in a town that smelled so
Fort
bad.
Morgan stinks. And I wonder if it's that sugar processing place.
No, you sure it was Fort Morgan?
Yes, it freaking stinks. It is Fort Morgan for sure.
It was so bad.
Well, and this time of year, you got a lot of farmers that are also fertilizing their fields.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, it was shit.
Yeah, they're fertilizing them and they're turning the soil. It kicks it all up and it gets wet. I went hunting a couple of years ago, me and Torben, and I had literally hunted this field the week before, and the farmer did not tell me that he was going to fertilize the fucking field.
Oh my gosh!
Does it scare animals away?
Huh?
No, animals give a shit?
The birds will come in. The birds will come in more because there's more stuff in there for them to eat. But man, I could smell it. It was dark when I'm setting up, so I didn't realize it was the field that I was actually in.
Oh my god!
I could not get that stench off of me or out of my truck for a week. It was horrid.
Sean on YouTube says he doesn't appreciate all your F-bomb cursing. LOL.
Fuck you.
He's kidding. I like it, Mark going.
Who the fuck is Sean?
Who the fuck is Sean Cox?
Block him!
No, we're not blocking Sean. God. Mark went on a blocking tirade yesterday. Who's your favorite YouTubie? So-and-so. Boom.
I was playing.
Oh, good.
Man, that beer fest looks good, but it's a long ways away. That's a long fucking drive.
Yeah, we don't have the luxury like we used to. Without thinking of the puppies now.
RV show.
Are you looking for stuff to do this weekend? Let's look. So we've got Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune in the books. If they're they're not on the weekends, huh? For our empty nesting life. We check the weather daily, Jeff, to see what our kids. What I do. I'm like, what's Miles' weather like today?
Sitting around with the neighbors talking about your doctor's appointments.
Why does weather become so important as you get older? It's weird. Is weather important to you? Like, I got to look to see, what is Addie's weather? What's Miles' weather?
No, I don't have to do anything. No. Nor do I care what Jeff's weather is or Tom's weather.
Jeff, what's your zip code? I'll keep track of your weather.
I barely care what mine is.
Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind, and I triple dog dare you, not your simple double dog, to find another show like it. Tell me about it. I bet you can't find one where we go after the bad guys every single day. Doesn't matter if it's a contractor, doesn't matter if it's an attorney, for that matter. In fact, 40 years of doing this to the tune of over $300 million in cash merchandise exchanges, refunds, directly due to this show. You've been ripped off by a contractor? Give us a call. Even if it was a while back, we love exposing the bad guys so other people don't use them. In fact, if you listen to this show, and you've listened long enough, you'll find out one thing. Sometimes we can be pretty tough on consumers when they make mistakes. But why do we do that, Jeff Fick with Kimmer Transmission?
So that other people learn from those mistakes.
That's right. And when we talk about $300 million in cash merchandise exchanges, refunds, that doesn't include all the information people have learned from this show so they didn't make the mistakes. That's actual money that we helped recoup after someone got ripped off, and we don't charge anything for that. You got something you want to talk about? 303-MARTINO, 303-713-8255. Now, the beginning of last hour, we had to bring up Trump just because of what happened, so that kind of set a little bit of a topic. We're kind of a consumer show. In fact, we are, but that is a consumer issue. I don't care what anybody says. Is it political? Hell yeah, it is. And you know what really does upset me? The way both sides fight like crazy now, I'm pretty sure the government itself, and I'm going to tell you something I think Russia and China are good at. I think they were very good going back to 16, 17, 18, and pitting the two sides against each other coming up onto the election. I think they still do it. I think somehow we have become so entrenched in our own thoughts, we just don't even accept other people's thoughts anymore. We just don't. I was in a conversation on YouTube, and the guy said, "That's misinformation, Mark." There's nothing that I said was misinformation. There just wasn't. But people automatically jump depending on what side you're on. Jeff, we're about the same age. I mean, I'm better looking, possibly younger. So what do you think about all this going on, honestly? And then, Harriet, I'll come to you. We do have lines open. 303-713-8255. What do you think? I don't want to hear your political stance. I want to think, what do you think the fix is? A third party might be nice. A party for the people in the middle, that would be something cool.
They're not going to be able to get the traction.
There's no chance of them winning.
There's no chance of it. Not inside yours and my lifetime.
No way.
So as far as a fix for it, I don't know.
Do you believe that we have been pitted against each other?
100%.
By the media?
100%.
By social media especially?
By
administrations.
Keeping us focused on menial issues that really have nothing to do with our particular life or what's really going on in the world right now, but they focus in on whether it's racial tensions, gun issues, whatever the case may be. They divert you from what the true issues are in order to go after a different agenda. They get you and me to fight about it because I like guns, you don't like guns, pit us against each other and keep it away out of their atmosphere.
Yeah, and they're thinking about these little things while these big changes are going on that we have little to know about. I mean, it really is a sad state of affairs. Now, saying that, it's the best country in the world. You know, I haven't been to every country by any stretch, but we've been to Europe, Canada, Mexico. We've been to even the Dominican Republic. And there is nothing like this.
Well,
Our poor people aren't even poor compared to poor people I've seen, man.
The timing of this Trump indictment is questionable at best.
Oh,
I
my
mean,
God.
It's right on the heels of a shooting that doesn't fit the left agenda.
It's all political. I truly believe it is all political. Whether or not that's true, I mean, only a trial's going to tell at this point. But what really gets me, I guess what really gets me is not just the timing, but I think back, remember the press conferences when Trump was president or current president? He would call out CNN, you're a liar, you're this, you're that. I mean, a lot of it he kind of created somewhat on his own. I used to be the guy that would say, well, if they were coming after you for every single thing, every day, and everything you did was wrong, you'd be like that too. But I really don't think you can be like that as a president.
He just didn't let them create the narrative. He didn't let them guide it. He'd pull them back on course.
Yeah, but does that mean name calling's good? I mean, I don't know.
No, he was brash at best.
At absolute best, he was brash. Harriet, what's your opinion, Harriet?
Hi, Mark Major.
I never know if that's good. If my mother said it wasn't good, but I want to find out. Go ahead, Harriet.
Hi, Mark. In case people want to know, your name is Mark Major. I am not a Trump lover, but I think that it is somewhere between a witch hunt and something else that he's being indicted. He may not have handled it correctly, legally, artfully, gracefully. I do believe he was trying to protect his wife and family, and now it's turned into a big bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Horse pucky. I am an independent. I did vote for Biden.
Did you vote for Trump the first round or Hillary?
I voted for Hillary.
Okay.
But I would actually vote for Trump because of what's going on right now, because I think it is beyond absurd.
Yeah, it's definitely a different time in our country. I think so many different ways about it. I get furious thinking about it, but then I go, you know what? Things do have a way of working out. There were so many people that never thought Trump would get into office the first time, and I really did think he'd win. And the reason I did is he was such a different candidate. Take that for what it is, but he wasn't a career politician.
He was also against such a bad candidate anyway. I mean, Hillary was probably the worst person they could have put up on the podium.
Well, maybe.
And, you know, I actually worked behind the scenes, TV, closed captioning. So I used to be kind of a news junkie, and
I can't do that anymore.
This just takes the cake. It's just, there are no words.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird talking politics. I used to talk politics a lot. Hey, I appreciate that, Harriet. I don't know if you knew this, Jeff, but back in the day when I was on KOA, I do late nights on KOA. I think I'd come in. Russ Johnson was before me. Actually, I was on KHOW for a while, too. I'm staring at my wife. I was here, and I would do 7 to 10. Wasn't it 7 to 10? 7 to 10 o'clock every night, Monday through Friday, for a while on KHOW. And I owned the computer stores at the time. And then on Saturdays and Fridays, and even later at night, I'd be filling in at KOA. Not filling in for anybody in particular, just all the time. But back then, and we're going back to like the year 2000-ish. In fact, it was hanging chads. I was completely opposite where I sat. Completely. I could not believe Bush was going to steal this election. And I couldn't believe the Supreme Court was going to pick a president, one that didn't get voted in. I was as Democrat could be, man. And I was that way for a long time, up until, do you know who? Obama. I voted for Obama twice. And then healthcare started literally changing my pocket as an employer. What I had to pay, how much our health insurance was, the fact I couldn't use who we used to use, and I had to switch a lot of stuff. That is where I started seeing the socialism come. But I love Bill. I thought Bill Clinton was a great president.
There's an old saying that people, typically vote with their wallets.
I have now, and that's all I vote with.
Which, when we had such a strong economy under Trump, and then we turn around, you're doing well. How did Biden squeak through under that old rule?
Well, I don't even want to get into that. That's where people go, oh, you're saying they stole the election. But when Twitter blocks you,
I'm not saying
I don't want to get into that. But did you know this, Tom? Listen to this. Yeah. Did you know,
and by the way,
that Colorado right now is trying to pass to where your health insurance, of course, is going to go up again because everybody gets free abortions if they want an abortion. So, of course, everybody that's in Colorado that pays for health care, employers and people that, go through the exchange themselves, are all going to be paying for that with higher rates. What do you think of that? You could be paying for someone else's abortion.
No, I know. And listen, here's the deal.
I don't even care about the abortion part. I don't like paying for other people's stuff. I don't care what it is.
Okay, they're okay. Healthcare. They're lumping this into healthcare. They're saying it's healthcare, and I imagine in some rare cases.
So's my broken arm, but I still pay a deductible. I still pay for that.
Right. I have a different take on health care altogether, okay? I don't think that health care should be exclusive to those who can afford it. Now, listen, I'm talking about health care. I'm not talking about abortion, and I don't want to get into abortion right now. I want to get into health care and where abortion might be for health care, and not just because I forgot or something like that. I really think that what we need to do, Mark, truly, it's unless you're at a level. I mean, we all have this attitude. A lot of people have this attitude. Well, I did it, and you can do it. Make something of yourself. There are people who are truly unfortunate that can't afford health care, and I don't think health care should be doled out based on only those who can afford it. Okay, that's one thing.
It's not.
Okay, well, it's not. Okay, Medicaid has been afforded to a lot of people that it wasn't afforded to before. I believe that as a civilized country, we can have a way that provides basic and good health care to most people. And elective stuff, of course, you pay for yourself. And we would pay less, all of us, if we did that. We would pay less because the mistaken notion is that we're not paying for it by burying our heads in the sand. But this is a whole different topic that I don't want to get into right now. I believe that some kind of universal health care we should have. I believe it's a right. I don't believe it's a privilege. Now, there are exceptions. Elective procedures or when people are self-destructive, there are obviously, you can't just give everything to everyone all the time. There's got to be consequences to some negative actions. There have to be. I talked about that when it comes to safe injection sites. Look, they're trying to prevent just one death. And I say, you know what? Technically, that's not a good theory. Because if people have risky behavior and they overdose and they die, that is what they got for their behavior. It's not a good thing. It's not. But you know what? It happens. If you now increase the education and outreach, but if you still are hell-bent on killing yourself on drugs, I don't have to provide a safe injection site to make it easier or to make it safer. Because we have to show people, this is one thing we've gotten away with, that there are no consequences for your actions. In this country, we expect to do anything we want, anytime we want, and never have a consequence ever. That goes for what I do as a consumer advocate. People call me and say, well, I didn't get the car checked out. Okay, there's a consequence to that. You are now stuck with it. There are consequences to actions. What I like to do is try to educate, inform, and help people on one side of the transaction, not after the transaction. Unless, of course, they were lied to and cheated. I'm talking about regular stuff. Do you know how many people want to just do a Control-Z on that stuff in their lives? Control-Z, which is just undo. You can't just undo things. And there are people that do stupid things, and they should live the consequence. And we are trying to take away consequences. I swear to God we are. Except, here's what's really weird. Everything in this world, unfortunately, has become political. Everything. And it's gotten down to health care, vaccinations, abortions. It's gotten down to religion is political. Everything is political. Everything. Politics have separated families, husbands and wives, dating, everything. Politics has become the great divider. And that's because if you censor people I don't agree with, that's okay. If you hate people I don't like, that's okay. And what we should say is, no matter who it is, we should never allow hate. We should never allow censorship. We should never allow this. We should never allow that. But you have these hypocrites who talk about inclusion and inclusivity and love and acceptance, and they're liars. They mean only if you agree with me. If you hammer down to the definition of hate in their mind, it's someone who disagrees with them. We have to take this break. More coming up.
Tens of thousands affected by the toxic water at Camp Lejeune are left with death, cancer, Parkinson's, dementia, birth defects, and other serious illnesses. And along with the harm, so many worries.
My family drank the Camp Lejeune water. What if our health gets worse and we need more financial help?
How do I protect my VA benefits and get the compensation I deserve and need?
The answer is simple. Call James Harris Law, the experienced, trusted law firm that can get you significant compensation while protecting all your VA benefits. We're already fighting for hundreds of Marines, families, and civilians who drank Camp Lejeune water. But if you miss the deadline, you could forever lose your right to the justice you deserve. So call our Camp Lejeune legal helpline now. Now may be your last chance to receive full compensation. Don't delay. Call 800-234-3388. That's 800-234-3388. 800-234-3388.
If you have an IRA or 401k, please listen closely. My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. Throughout my career, let's just say I've been in some hairy situations. And I believe right now the biggest threat facing Americans is they need to protect their wealth, which is exactly what I'm doing for my wife and 6 kids. And I believe the ultimate safe haven is physical gold and silver. You can protect your hard-earned retirement assets with a tax-free loophole that allows you to convert your retirement into physical gold and silver. The folks I use are Advantage Gold, and believe me, I've investigated the heck out of all types of people. Advantage Gold is the nation's highest-rated gold company. They have the best process, pricing, and service. If you want to get your free gold and silver investment kit, please contact Advantage Gold right now, and you'll see how easy it is to protect yourself with precious metals. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
Hi, it's Glenn Beck. Have you been thinking about selling your home? If you want the most money, call the agent that I would call, Troy Hansford. Troy sells more houses for more money than anyone in Denver. And his secret is a unique marketing system that's proven to get his clients the most money. Troy is so confident in his system that he will make you this guarantee. He'll sell your house at your price, or he'll write you a check for $5,000. Now here's how it works. You just meet with Troy, you agree on a price and a timeline, and if he can't get you that price, he'll pay you $5,000 guaranteed. Troy Hansford, he spends tens of thousands on marketing to generate demand for your home. Troy has hundreds of approved home buyers looking for houses, and they might be a buyer for your home right now. So give Troy a call at 720-900-4433. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy will buy your house for all cash, and he can close in 7 days. So call Troy Hansford. Get more money at 720-900-4433. 720-900-4433.
Troy Hansford, RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions apply.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce, such as child custody and property division, among many others. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell. We're a partner men can count on.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Denver area attorneys. A partner men can count on. 303-221-DADS. CordellCordell.com.
Inflation is nothing more than legalized theft. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and to preserve your wealth, I highly recommend keeping physical gold in your retirement account. To learn more, text the word safeguard to 989898 to get a free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold, which is the only gold IRA company I trust. So text safeguard to 989898 to request your free info kit right now.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
You've heard our jingle, but have you tried our cereal? Now's the perfect time to do it. Hi, I'm Peter Harris for Grainberry, and I'm giving listeners $2 off a box of Grainberry cereal with amazing onyx sorghum. I want to help you get your first box. Just go to grainberry.com right now to get your $2 off coupon. Grainberry, with our patented and exclusive onyx sorghum, starts with lower sugar than most cereals. We use only whole grains to help slow sugar absorption, making it great for managing diabetes and prediabetes. And it's loaded with tons of flavor. It's really good. Available in multi-bran flakes, honey nut toasted oats, and delicious cinnamon frosted shredded wheat. Go to grainberry.com right now to get your $2 coupon off a box of Grainberry cereal with amazing onyx sorghum. That's grainberry.com, and start living a healthier life today.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz.
Mostly sunny skies for your Friday. It will be a little bit cooler in the mid-50s, and we're also talking about pretty gusty conditions, so high fire danger once again for the Front Range. I'm Box 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burst.
I'm Ben Ferguson. And I'm Ted Cruz. Alejandro Mayorkas just testified in the Senate and lied about the crisis at our southern border.
And Senator Cruz lit him up. You won't want to miss the fiery cross-examination.
So download our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So the prices on eggs are soaring so much that Dollar Tree says we're not selling them anymore because it got to a point where they'd have to sell one or maybe three in a carton. I mean, because they liked selling everything at $1, and now, of course, it's $1. It's more than $1. In fact, there are no dollar stores anymore that are strictly $1. Rob, you have a comment. Go ahead. And, of course, we're taking any and all questions, problems, complaints. Today is car day as well. If you have a car problem, give us a call, 303-713-TALK. Rob, what is your comment, sir?
Yeah, I was just going to comment on the Trump thing.
Go ahead.
Prior to that, I grew up on the East Coast in Jersey, not far from the city. So
me too, man.
I heard about Trump's doings, for a long time. A lot of people don't know, like, the previous, bunch of years when he was in the city. He did, nefarious things. Never got arrested, but he would come on the Howard Stern show and do, like, not church-going people stuff. That's okay. I voted for him in 2016 because I was like, all right, listen, here's a blue-collar-ish kind of guy, a non-politician. Let's see what he could do. Hey, we had Ronnie Reagan as an actor, and he's one of my favorite presidents ever. And I'm like, okay, let's see what the guy can do. But I think he screwed it up, man.
Okay. Here's the deal. You know what's funny about this whole thing? That I'm not talking about Trump's politics at all. I'm talking about how we have become so bitter and divided that we look to destroy our enemies, not to glean what they may. Republicans and Democrats don't have to be enemies. Conservatives and progressives don't have to be enemies. Trump doesn't have to be an enemy. Now, granted, he was pretty damn confrontational as well, but I think that what do you do when everyone's attacking you? I mean, after a while, I kind of think he was reacting, maybe overreacting. This has nothing to do with Trump's politics. What is happening has nothing to do with politics at all. It's just amazing to me how people have been accepting all kinds of censorship and infringement of our rights lately. It is amazing to me how people are becoming sheep. And it's just amazing. And then it's amazing to me how if you're on one side, you don't care about what they do to the other side. You don't care. There is no such thing as free speech, free rights, or anything. It's amazing. And you know what? No one, that's why these talk shows, what they do is they align people who agree with them, and they all just are cheerleaders. No one really, I don't think any progressives suffer through conservative talk shows, and I don't think any conservatives suffer through liberal shows. I think they all watch what they want for their confirmation bias, and they never actually hear each other. They don't. I mean, they don't. Because most shows, no matter where they are, on radio, on cable, podcasts, they preach to the choir about what they want. They preach to the choir. But what's happening in the country is bad. It's really bad. And I'm wondering how long people are going to take it.
I think it was done on purpose so we battle each other. I really do, man. I don't know if it started from.
Do you think the media sets us up that way?
I don't know if they do it on purpose or if they're doing it for a grander good in their own thoughts. I don't know.
I am amazed though how people can't have a discussion anymore about different ideas. They really can't. They really, really can't.
It's next to impossible.
It is. Because, and if you read Nextdoor and Facebook, they're all, people are like defriending each other, not talking to each other anymore. It's become crazy.
This is a little personal.
And here's the other one that's funny, is when one side tries to tell the other side they're the ones who started it, or they're worse than we are. They're worse than we are, or we're worse than they are. I mean, it's like I'm befuddled by it because, again, it's usually the one in power. Right now, liberals are in power. They're absolutely, positively in power. And I'd venture to say the largest population bases are liberal and progressive, okay? And I think you're seeing something that is now the liberals doing it. But I think if conservatives were in power, the same thing would happen in reverse. I think it would, because people are human, and I don't see that they're created differently, progressives and liberals. They just come to be what they are. I don't know what makes someone even conservative and liberal, and I'd like to know, has anyone ever changed from being liberal to conservative? I mean, have they actually changed? I think the world changes. Well, the world changes around you. I mean, I've said this before. My beliefs are the same as they've always been. Oh. And I was considered a radical liberal at one time.
You're right.
I protested against any infringement on speech or movement or freedom, and I protested against big pharma. I believed exactly the same as I always did. I've not changed my beliefs. I hated big government. I hated all this stuff. I was against the establishment in general. And so what happened? When the world changes around you and you stay the same, then people call you names. They call you liberal, they call you conservative, they call you progressive, they call you this, they call you that. Everyone, I don't think most people change. I think what happens is society changes around them and everyone gets different labels. There are people, young college people would have never put up with the censorship they have in social media right now. But they love social media so much.
They won't even listen to other people, man.
They love social media so much, they would never boycott it, ever, 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 over a principle. In fact, boycotts don't happen anymore. That's the problem. People get blacklisted and canceled, but they don't get boycotted. You know, there are, and I just want to say something really quickly. I want you to call with any problem, question, or complaint, and you can talk about this. And you know what? People on YouTube, if you don't want to listen to this, move out. Just turn that off and go to another channel, because I don't care. Because you can't not talk about certain things, okay? And I've likened it to what I do as a consumer advocate. People are uninformed. People make mistakes all the time. And you know what? When people come to this show, it's not because they're one thing or another. It's because they want help, they want information, they want freedom of expression. They don't want to be judged when they call me with a problem. They want help. So call with any and all problems, questions, and complaints, or any comments. You are welcomed here. You're not going to be insulted. But for God's sakes, I'm not going to shut up. So if that's your goal, move on. We got more coming up.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
It's a typical quiet drive throughout the Denver Metro for the 11 o'clock hour with one incident on the south end of town. I-25 northbound at Yale Avenue. Construction work continues with stop-and-go traffic back from Bellevue. About 5 minutes of delayed driving for folks heading north toward the downtown area. Otherwise, a pretty easy drive throughout the Denver Metro. No complaints on I-25 north and southbound into downtown. I-70 east and westbound remains an easy drive from the foothills to DIA and back again. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there. Nice and warm this afternoon with a high of 54 degrees. Overnight low of 28. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 64. Sunday, high of 68. The current temperature in Denver is 45 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
In writing, is it possible? Yeah, it is. Safe conservative investments that are guaranteed in writing, possible? Yes, it is. And what you can do is check it out. That's all I can ask. If you're looking for something different than the stock market where you are going up and down and losing tons of money, then you want to check out becomethebanker.org, where people have been taking charge of their own investments and getting out of the stock market. You can talk to Joe and Jordan Chiano personally about their financial advice when it comes to guaranteed investment products. All you have to do is go to becomethebanker.org or call 303-779-6600, 779-6600.
But RMGO wants to get people denied on, between 18 and 20, denied on the purchase of a firearm. They're going to file suit against the state, and RMGO is going to pay for all the legal fees to go after the state. What'd you end up getting for miles, by the way?
Oh man, it was a different. Let me find the brand. Hold on.
What brand of what?
Shotgun. It's really cool, man. It's a cheap brand. I got to figure it out. What's the one in? It's not Big R. What's the other one? Starts with Murdoch's.
Oh, Murdoch's.
If you're going to buy a gun retail, it's one of the best places to go.
I'm surprised they don't sell guns
anymore. Oh man, they sell them all.
They sell, yeah. I actually had them because when we were talking about.
They got ARs, handgun. They got everything.
I had them.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I had them. They got a 50 cal BMG in the one over
here
in Littleton.
They have one in there too, man.
Yeah.
Big old sucker, man, with a huge scope on it too, which is crazy. You see the barrel of this thing's like this, man.
Yeah, when you want to reach out and touch someone.
God, it's fucking massive. In fact, it's got big old legs on it like this.
When we're not being listened to, I'll tell you a story about one of those.
That was cool how I could turn down the audio on the online. I didn't realize I could do that so easily at home.
But yeah, I had them bring in a Micro 9 Rapide for me out of one of their other stores, and they were able to direct ship a special Micro 9.
What is that?
Custom colors. It's a Kimber concealed carry 9mm. So I got the black eyes. The wife wanted the special one, purple, I guess.
Didn't you say? Didn't you have to pull it on somebody one?
That was yeah, but that wasn't the personal carry that I just bought. But yeah, that was the guy that tried to attack me in a gas station parking lot with a knife.
God Almighty! And then did he get arrested? Did you?
No.
Did he run away?
Yeah, because literally, he was coming around and he froze. And if God, I thank God he did, because I don't want to shoot somebody.
It's right here. Here's exactly what I got.
I just told him, best get your ass back.
What are you talking about, Mark? What is it? A car?
No, it's a shotgun.
Oh, a shot. Oh,
this exact one.
Oh, Rock Island.
Yeah, VR60. That's what I got him, and then I got a VR 80. I wanted to get him. Wait, which one's smaller? This one. He couldn't go. I couldn't get him a VR 60 because he's a lefty, and we're the
right side eject.
Yep. Which this one's fine because it ejects way up here. This thing almost looks like it's sawed off, but all they did was move everything back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's very misleading looking at it.
I've got a Loyola side-by-side.
I think they're made in, Rock Island's made in some weird country like Malaysia or something.
I don't know for sure.
But have you ever heard of the brand?
Yeah. They make ARs and whatnot too.
They make all kinds. Philippines. Yep, it's made in the Philippines. Southbridge. Why does that sound familiar?
Southbridge Dentistry, they're the ones that do the veterans.
Okay.
Yeah, they're nice people.
They're very nice.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they help out a lot of people.
Come on, where's my...
Yeah, so it's a small compact.
Gosh.
So it's 3-inch barrel.
Wow.
Yeah, so the whole thing's about 6 inches long.
Wow, that is really small.
What is it? Carry?
Yeah, personal carry. Micro 9 repeat.
You have a permit, obviously, right?
No. I should get one, but it doesn't stop me from carrying.
I don't
I'd
even...
rather be judged by 6, or judged by 12 and carried by 6,
I don't even know when mine expires. Don't they last, what, 10 years?
Something like that.
I don't think they're 10.
No.
And what reason? And really, they're not uniform. If you have one here, it doesn't mean you can use it anywhere.
You can.
Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Brian has a problem with the dentistry practice. Go ahead, Brian. What's going on?
Hey, Tom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you barely. What's going on, Brad?
Oh, hold on.
Bad.
How's that?
Well, it's a little better. Go ahead. We can make it. I don't want you to, if you're driving, I don't want you to do anything dangerous. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm driving.
Yeah.
So, my wife had an appointment at Southbridge Dentistry on Monday.
Now, two appointments? Were there 2 appointments?
No, just one, for my wife.
Uh-huh.
And she called me today to cancel because we had some personal issues come up.
Yeah.
And they want to charge $150 because she called today instead of yesterday because on Monday it's not 48 hours.
Yeah, I've been charged, not by them, but I've been charged by all kinds of people, not just a dentist, although my dentist made it very clear there's a cancellation charge. And if you do it beyond where they can't fill it, and then I think it's like 24 hours. My chiropractor's 24 hours. My who else do I have that gave? I was actually charged by someone else. Yeah, it's not uncommon, Brian. But how much was it? $199?
$150, and her appointment's only $220. But I mean, because of personal reasons.
Well, okay, listen, they're mostly personal reasons, Brian. What else? What wouldn't be a personal reason? In other words, it's not so much the importance of the reason as it is the policy. I understand you're saying you could not have canceled sooner. Why is that? Maybe you explain it to them.
Well, I did explain that we had a financial emergency, and she don't have the money to pay.
When did she cancel? Wait. When did she cancel it?
Today. An appointment on Monday.
Wait. She has an appointment this coming Monday?
Yes.
Hold on, and she canceled today?
Yes.
What time today did she? What time today did she call?
Probably an hour ago.
Huh? That's odd. That seems like enough time. I mean, Mark said maybe a weekend.
Wait. Enough time for what?
for cancellation.
But
What's
I'm
their
saying-
policy?
I would think the whole reason they're charging is because whatever they can do in that I'm going back to car days, but in that chair for an hour, they've lost that.
No, I know that.
They're not going to fill it over the weekend.
I know the reason for that. I wondered what their policy is. For example, if she did it this morning and they have all day today, and then what time is the appointment on Monday?
I think it's like 1 or 2 o'clock.
See, I don't know. I mean, do you know what their policy is?
Well, they told me 48 hours.
Okay, well then if that's the policy, then that's why.
Yeah, I understand, but I started going to this dentist originally because they advertised in the show about 4 years ago, and they were doing free dental work for veterans.
They still do on certain days. They'll have a Veterans Day. That's right.
No, well, they don't do it anymore. They haven't did it for like 3 years to when COVID hit.
Oh, it's ended at COVID. I see. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
listen.
I'm like, well,
Brian, I don't know what to tell you, man. If they tell you about this up front and it's part of it, I've never disputed one. I mean, it's just something I agree to. Did you talk to them? Did you ask them if they could waive it this time?
Of course I did. I called her on the phone and I explained the situation, and she was just very rude and said she's gonna hang up the phone if I keep talking. I'm like, you're talking over me, and I'm trying to explain to you that I don't have the money to pay the $150 or for the appointment. And,
Is that the reason you canceled? Is you did not have the money to pay?
Yes. And now they want to charge me almost as much for the appointment. So I'm like, you guys have to have some flexibility for people.
But can I ask you something? Is there a reason you couldn't have called yesterday if you didn't have the money, or the day before? Did you suddenly find out you didn't have the money today?
Yeah, something came up where I had to use the money on something else. It was an emergency.
Listen, man, it's all I can say is this, Brian. All I can say is this. You judge a business based on how you feel about them, and if you think they're being too staunch and they're not being, then don't use them again. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, truly, if they have a policy of 48 hours, I understand what you're saying. I do. You called on Friday and said, look, you called this morning. We can't make it Monday. We don't have the money to pay. And then they charge you for missing the appointment. I mean, if you don't like that, and if you feel you weren't informed, whatever, you can choose not to go there anymore. But there's nothing we can do to make them waive their charge.
I know you're going to come up with something good, but think of this in the same terms.
I agree with you.
No.
Okay.
Listen to what I'm saying, though. What's the difference between this and the argument or conversation we've had numerous times on canceling a restaurant reservation? What truly is the difference? No money exchanged hands. Why do they have the right to charge them that $150? Where's the contract?
Well, okay.
If a restaurant says we charge if you don't show up,
the contract, first of all, is when he becomes a patient and they tell him about their cancellation policy, and there's terms and conditions. Now, if you don't believe he has a contract, if he doesn't believe he has a contract, he should take him to small claims court. Here's the thing.
Or simply not pay.
I'm not even saying it's a contract. I'm saying it's a charge. Period. It's a charge. They're not charging him for breach of contract. They're charging him for the appointment. So he set the appointment.
I get you. My only point was we've talked about restaurants.
A restaurant reservation, in my opinion, and on most of attorneys' sites I read, a restaurant reservation is not a contract unless you know there's a charge for it. If they say...
but he's saying he didn't know. I'm just going off of what he's saying.
No, I know that. But there are some restaurants where it's damn near a contract because you have to pay. You pay. They tell you there's a cancel.
Yeah, like if you reserve a room.
Mm-hmm. No, even a table sometimes. Some of these restaurants, they've stopped doing it now, but they used to have, like, you give them their credit card or your credit card's on file, and they charge you if you don't show up, a minimal fee. But they don't do that. Many of them don't do that anymore. But you're kind of entering into a contract.
I'll tell you one that does it right now.
Who?
Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, well, that's because it's so popular.
I know, but they literally take money.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
It's a typical quiet drive throughout the Denver Metro for the 11 o'clock hour with one incident on the south end of town. I-25 northbound at Yale Avenue. Construction work continues with stop-and-go traffic back from Bellevue. About 5 minutes of delayed driving for folks heading north toward the downtown area. Otherwise, a pretty easy drive throughout the Denver Metro. No complaints on I-25 north and southbound into downtown. I-70 east and westbound remains an easy drive from the foothills to DIA and back again. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there. Nice and warm this afternoon with a high of 54 degrees. Overnight low of 28. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 64. Sunday, high of 68. The current temperature in Denver is 45 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
The Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg is pursuing a political witch hunt against Donald Trump. Former acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker joins me on The Truth with Lisa Booth. And listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Fuller Law is a personal injury law firm, John Fuller at the helm, and John Fuller will personally take your case and personally work your case, or he won't. In other words, this is what I mean. If he can't work your case, he won't take it, because he only takes as many cases as he will personally attend to. He doesn't shuttle you to a call center and a bunch of other attorneys or assistants. That's the way he chose to do business. And really, a lot of people love that personalized attention. No matter what your case is, he treats you the same. So he doesn't just go after the big ones and then tries to brag about them on radio and TV. He takes any and all cases he feels are worth your time, his time, and the money. And what he does is works on a percentage fee basis. 303-597-4500. You will notice the difference. 303-597-4500. myaccidentlawyer.co.
Hi there. If they had a good one that allowed pets.
We don't get into, our show doesn't get into Grand Junction, right?
No, God, no.
Well, we get calls from Grand Junction.
Yeah. Airwave-wise, no.
That's a big hotbed for freaking drugs over there. Boy.
You know that for sure, right?
Grand Junction? Absolutely, man. There's not an AM station that would jump over
You
those
didn't
mountains.
like that Mile High
Maybe
one?
KOA at night.
You didn't like that Mile High one that I sent you?
No.
Why?
I just don't trust those. I don't trust anything Denver does. I mean, I'll put it to you.
Did you see the list?
I did see the list. I looked at this right here.
Yeah, they can show you all of those.
Yeah.
You know, Jesus Christ, what's going on in this country is crazy, though. It really is. And I'd say that if it was the other way around. I'm sorry.
It looks like the kind of one that you're going to get there and they give you a fucking shot glass. And I'm going to...
I think you're just associating that with the Great American, I think.
Who are we talking about?
It's a beer fest.
It's the Denver Mile High.
The Winter Park one looks fun, but...
Is it outside?
Oh, wait. Pet friendly. Hold on. That's kind of cool they have that.
You know, you were talking the other day about like the SROs in the schools and whatnot, and you know, what would stop them from, you know, not only installing the SROs, you know, and if a teacher wants to carry, let them carry, but, you know, put in a non-lethal option available inside the freaking classrooms. Just like you have a fire alarm, there's no reason you couldn't have a taser or a pepper gun or something behind glass. As soon as you break the glass, police are immediately alerted, and you've at least got a deterrent.
What would be behind the glass?
Whether it's a taser or like a pepper ball gun or something along those lines, non-lethal option. Anybody could use it. If you break the glass, it's an automatic. Just like a shatter warning on an alarm system. Police are immediately notified that there's a threat at the school.
Or those concussion bombs. You know, it's amazing. There are close proximity concussions that would knock them right down. You just toss it in their area. You don't even have to aim. And if they're within 10 feet, they go down.
You can stick your arm out the door and toss it down the hallway, and
they're down.
Yeah.
But what was
I
your
never thought of
question?
that. I mean, why don't they do it?
Why couldn't that be a viable option for some of these schools where they're trying to figure out how to thwart an attack inside the school?
A non-lethal.
What can you do to create resistance against that shooter?
Everyone can hear you.
It also breaks up political arguments. It also breaks up political arguments. Mm-hmm. All I know is he asked me to take my pants off.
I don't know what weather's going to be. I don't want to get stuck.
Visit our Meet the Candidates page at KOAcolorado.com.
One Clear Choice Garage. Okay, One Clear Choice Garage Door, 720-370-3987. For any garage door need, all of their prices are on the site, oneclearchoicedoors.com. And I use them 6 or 7 times, 720-370-3987. Back to the phones. Okay, so Gil has a comment on Brian's issue with cancellation. By the way, I had a second thought when Mark talked to me through the break. Mark said, why not just sue him in small claims court saying, look, we didn't have a contract. I made a reservation, for lack of a better word, and there was no exchange of money or anything, and maybe go about it that way. Gil, what do you think?
You'll have an idea what he just needs to keep his appointment Monday, and they can cancel him if you don't have. Sometimes you got to pay up front. They cancel him, so then it would be on them. He needs to keep the appointment.
Oh, and says and then he says I don't have the money.
Right.
That's a I mean that is a possibility. It is. Okay, Brian has another comment. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, hey, Tom. I'm at the dentist office right now. I'm getting ready to walk in there and talk to these people.
Okay, talk to them nicely. See what they do.
Oh, I will.
Just tell them it's beyond your control. You didn't have the money.
Tell them you're on the phone with us.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, but you don't have to tell. But I don't want to give the unfair impression that I don't know how to weigh in on this, is what I'm saying. I truly don't.
Hey, did you call up, Brian? Did you call up and make the appointment, or did you go into the office and make it? Are you a current patient, a new patient? Did you fill out paperwork?
I'm a current patient.
Okay, so he did probably fill out paperwork.
You probably filled out paperwork. Maybe you created the acceptance of those terms and conditions where you understood that. Let us know what happens. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Bruce and Tom, please stay on there. We will get to you. And any more calls at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Pizza's here if you guys want some.
You can come grab a large sausage if you want.
Oh.
Are most resorts still open? Are they still skiing in April? I just don't know.
Oh, yeah, most of them are. Yeah.
Till when?
It depends on the resort, because some of them were able to extend their seasons.
Wait, don't they go until there's a certain day they usually close? Memorial Day?
Yeah, well, Memorial Day.
Depends on the holiday.
But a lot of it depends in May.
I think that's what they don't go to.
Most of them there are some of them that are
my God.
contractually. I know Winter Park's one of them. They're contractually obliged to close on a certain date. Others, I mean, you have Steamboat. They're going to stay open.
Hey, our coffee machine's permanently on.
It's a new one Monday.
We'll
have one here Monday.
What kind?
It's a Keurig.
We're being waved at.
Probably pizza or something.
Oh, it's
Are you guys ordering pizza today? Thank you.
Frisco.
Get your lips on a big sausage.
No, because you can eat half of. Well, Jeff likes the meat and the jalapeno one.
No, you're all not going to go.
Yours is the
Where's
small
it at? In
stuff
your car?
with
What?
the jalapenos and everything.
The festival.
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. How can I help you?
Login failed. Uh-oh.
34-count indictment. What about like an Airbnb? Wow. I guess a lot of those don't do dogs, do
Yes.
they?
Yeah, a lot of them
Yes.
don't, for sure.
34 count?
Yeah, but Ross was saying that could be that they wrote it in like separate books. So one accountant puts it here, one accountant says they wrote it down here, one accountant says they put it there.
All right, I will pass
so that's
that along.
three different counts. So it's the same charge.
Okay,
Just
no problem.
multiple times. So it'll probably get
Thanks.
Some good
down
movies, though.
half, if not more.
Oh, there's good movies out?
Yeah, there's some I want to see for sure.
Is that John whatever one, Wick one?
Definitely John Wick, but there's way more than that.
Dragon.
Hi, buddy.
How was Ross?
Good. No rock stars. Comedian. Oh, yeah. The hillbilly guy.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Jeff
Hell
Foxworthy?
no.
No.
Yeah, that's a hard no. I mean, even well.
John Wick. Definitely want to see.
John Wick?
We saw Creed. Oh, the new Scream. Definitely want to
He
see
was in
Scream.
studio with Ross earlier.
Shazam's pretty funny. What is his only son?
Dusty Slay.
That was Jesus.
Yes. That was close.
All right.
Can't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you. I would never laugh at you.
Except for all the other times.
Cocaine Bear
That's
was the worst movie ever.
That's what he was saying.
65. What is this one?
You mean you used to do stand-up?
Scream's going to be good.
Why did you wait for Halloween for that one?
John Wick will
be
I haven't seen any of the John Wick movies.
I didn't see any of them up until the last one, and then I liked it so much I went back and watched all of them. Now, what the fuck is this? Malum.
The Pope's Exorcist looks good.
A vicious cult. I love cult movies.
I'm seeing John Mayer Monday. I'm excited. At least I get out for a concert. I love live music, Jeff.
I got tired of going to concerts and getting into scuffles.
Oh, I don't get into scuffles at concerts. You know, I try to.
Bullshit.
I mind my P's and Q's.
We did the one in Boulder.
Well, that wasn't we. That was. I'm that guy. You. I'm sorry, I'm that guy. Like, put your mask on because I'm that guy. Mark says, oh, yeah, well, I'm that guy, too. Anyway, they left after about a half hour of Mark doing this. With his, he'd go.
Who doesn't?
Right in front of him to take the drink. The guy was getting so pissed. And then his wife, his Boulder wife, was like, you know they're from Boulder, too, because it was in Boulder. Well, you never know what someone's going through. You shouldn't give them a hard time about their man.
Impact traffic.
He went up and complained to the security guard about me
Like 3
five
times.
fucking times. Finally, the security guard was like, listen, there's nothing I can do. They're not doing anything
the guy
wrong.
gets up and goes, you win, and they leave.
Yeah.
But he just, the way he started off, put your mask on, I'm that guy. Mark's like, oh, I'm that guy too.
That's literally his first
That's like
words
the
he said
first
to me.
words, not even
He goes, you
cool.
need to put your mask on. I'm that guy.
I don't.
And I said, well, I'm that guy too. What a way to like start a fucking conversation.
Oh, he did.
Oh, it was way worse
He
than
did.
that. I fucking sneezed on him a few times, the asshole.
And I'm sitting between the two of them.
Oh, so you got
This
sneezed on
fucking
too.
Boulder guy.
It's so bad.
He went up and tried to rat me out. He did rat me
Jason
out.
Mraz concert
4 or 5 times.
in Boulder last year.
So finally, the security guard is sick of
disgusting, and I
done
hate
sick
it.
of him. He goes, look, when the guy's got a drink in his hand, there's nothing we can do. So I'd be holding the mask like this, and the drink just touching my lip right here, looking and talking to him.
He doesn't mess with the salespeople, though.
Fucking asshole.
He doesn't go near that.
And he knew I was going to do it the whole time. Well, at least they finally acknowledged they were useless.
I appreciate what they do.
Yeah.
I tell them all the time. Well, here was just a couple of months ago. They were talking about reinstating Southern Cal. Go out there, do a little hunter gatherer.
Windows and doors. How about finally getting those old drafty windows and doors done right? Call us for details on our spectacular financing specials. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com to set up your rock-solid quote.
President Trump indicted.
And so the witch hunt continues.
Reacting to the witch hunt.
Democrats love this.
They have tried everything they could to get rid of Trump.
It's as crooked as it gets right now.
On Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Waterpros.net will get you a whole house system under $2,000 for $1,600. Whole house water softening, the best systems, low maintenance, unbelievable for the whole house. Also, you can do drinking water at the sink for under $1,000 fully installed. And you can go to paulthewaterman.com. That's a new website, paulthewaterman.com, 303-862-5554. And he also has a system that can take out PFAs, which are those permanent chemicals. PFAs, they're called. That's waterpros.net or paulthewaterman.com, 303-862-5554. So Tom has a question about a transmission. Go ahead, Tom. What's going on with your transmission?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good, man.
Yeah. I've got a Turbo 350 and
a Turbo 350 and a hot rod. What kind of engine is it?
It's a Buick V6.
A Buick V6 engine, okay.
Well, what happened is, I know the front seal on transmission is leaking a little bit. I get a puddle underneath the car. What had happened the last time I drove it was, as I was turning into a parking lot, it basically just everything's locked up and stopped.
Is this hot rod on a regular body, or is it a made up body?
No, it's a they call it a resto rod.
Okay, so it is what is the model?
Ford. It's a 1939 Ford.
Okay, 1939 Ford. Got it. Go ahead.
So anyway, as I was pulling in the parking lot, basically just everything kind of just the engine shut off and it was kind of locked up. We couldn't push it, so we were able to tow it with a tow strap, and a couple hours later, we could push it just by pushing on and rolling. And I was wondering if the torque converter would cause that.
No, that's most likely going to be the planetary gears in the back of the transmission. So you've got to the point where you lost lubrication or something just broke apart inside there. So it locked up, and then, obviously when you were towing it, you had enough power to push through it to break something free. So whatever, that wrench that was caught between those two gears was finally popped out.
Is it hard to fix? Expensive?
It's going to be a complete overhaul, yes.
What do they cost?
I was able, later on that day, though, the car started, we drove it home, and as I pulled into the driveway, it did the same thing.
And the other thing would be pull the drive shaft to make sure you're not having a problem with that rear diff, because that can cause a similar complaint.
Rear disc.
The rear differential. So, if you've lost, one of the bearings on the pinion, so the pinion shaft itself can actually drop. It can lock inside there, and then, just the right thrust amount can get it back into place where it'll move enough.
So
you need to isolate the two and find out which one's actually locking up on you.
rear end's going to be probably the easiest to get to first. All right. Thank you, sir.
How much does that overhaul cost if he needs it?
With the car, low end's probably roughly around $1,200. High end's probably roughly around $1,900, but a lot of that's going to be dependent on what all is going to be necessary.
Whether he delivers it to him or not?
Well, and what the installation is going to require, because obviously there's no book labor for something like that. We'd have to see exactly what we're getting into. A lot of times you get a lot more labor getting those things in and out because of the build.
It's like a custom installation.
100%.
All right, Bruce has a comment on the Trump situation. 32-count indictment, we're hearing it is. They haven't released it yet, but my God, 32 charges. What is your comment, sir?
Okay, I'd like to make 3 quick comments.
Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, Trump's always been unhonest. He's been a crook. People have known that. I'm from the inner city, so I've seen that. But the thing is, this is not the way to get him. He was a bad president. He was an awful president. But he didn't do anything more worse than what Biden's doing now. He got his son-in-law billions of dollars. That was a quid pro quo. Same thing is happening with Hunter Biden and his dealings with Ukraine at that time. Second, I will vote for Trump if he runs. This is only being done to stop him from running because the neocons, both in the Democratic and Republican Party, don't want him to run. He's an outsider.
Why? Because
they are looking at this because we are really not what people suppose we are. This is a military-industrial plutocracy. The same cabal, just on the other side of the aisle, that started the Iraq War, has started this war.
So you don't trust either side.
They're both corrupt to the soul.
Well, and I kind of agree with you.
No, they are bought. This is a plutocracy run by corporations and the wealthy. It's a military-industrial, and this is all economic. The thing with China is economic. What we're doing with Ukraine is economic. It all is. And as far as freedom,
the economy does drive. Financing does drive most stuff. Go ahead. Quickly.
Let me say one thing.
You said more than one. Go ahead.
Yeah. As far as freedoms, the American people have been wantonly ignorant. They remain so. They never took any responsibility or involvement in the passing of the Patriot Act. Snowden also revealed the same spying that we're accusing everybody else of. We do, but we do it to ourselves also. And now this new thing that's happening with TikTok, etc., all of that is all manufactured. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Well, Bruce, you sound like you are distrustful. I am distrustful of many things. What you say, I can't disagree with a lot of what you say. Yes, we're being spied on. Yes, we are. And yes, you can't trust the government. You really can't. And I mean, not everyone in the government is corrupt. But here's the other thing. I believe social media is the opiate of the people. It used to be religion was called the opiate of the people.
Or literally opiates.
Through Marx. Right now, social media is the opiate of the people. They feel like they're getting their opinions out there, they're shaking their asses, or they're doing fashion or whatever the hell they do. Pictures of their puppies and their lunch. It's the opiate of the people. It keeps them satisfied. And they don't care if stuff is censored. They don't care. They don't care. People do not care about all the misinformation that was put out there about COVID. They don't care about the vaccine mandates that turned out to be BS, and some of those people still can't get their jobs back. They don't care. It's apathy. They don't care. And until people care, we're always going to have the rich or the select few, the elite. And I'm not talking Democrat or Republican. I'm talking about the elite will be ruling us and dishing out their idea of what's right and wrong. Evelyn, what's going on with your furnace, Evelyn? What's happening?
Well, we had a guy come in here to come and clean it out, and he said it couldn't be cleaned out because it needed to be replaced.
Evelyn, now, how old is your furnace?
Oh, I'd say about as old as a house, 13 years.
Okay, it's possible it might need to be replaced, but I'm not sure. What kind is it?
I don't know, sir. I don't know.
Okay. I'd like to know another thing. What about the people that said you needed a new one? You didn't buy it, did you?
No.
And how much did they quote you? Did they quote you anything?
$9,000.
Okay. How big is your house?
Oh, it's got 3 bedrooms, a living room, dining room, kitchen, and then downstairs, but the downstairs isn't finished.
Okay. All right. Now,
But I can't afford.
where'd you find the company?
In the phone book? No. My daughter.
Who is it?
I told her we're having troubles, and she said.
I want to know who the company is because it might. Look, I'm not automatically saying they're lying. I'm not automatically saying they're ripping you off. 9,000 isn't terrible nowadays, unfortunately. Is that for heating and air or just the furnace?
Heating and air.
Okay, not a bad price. But who is the company?
Let me see.
We'll wait for you to be a member of that company.
Wellsig.
Who?
WELCIG.
WELCIG. Listen. Okay. Why don't you just call someone? Let me give you a recommendation off the air for you to call someone to help you out.
You announced them in the TV.
You announce on TV that you have good
yeah, that's
service.
Right. We have good people. I want someone, Evelyn, I want to handpick someone to literally go out and talk to you. And then I want you to, you don't even have to buy anything, but I want you to talk to them first. I don't want you getting ripped off. You may not need a new furnace. So.
Exactly.
Okay.
We trust you and we've heard of you. And that's why we're calling you, because we heard you do good work.
Okay, listen. What I'd like to do is I'd like you to call call, and I want, when you call, you tell them that I told you to call, okay?
Okay.
I want you to talk, and I want you to say, I want to talk, and Tom told me to call. And tell him that you're not sure if you need a new one or not. I just want to show some love to Garrett. He's a good guy. I want you to go over there. I want you to call 888 Heating. Okay, here's the number. I'm going to give you the number off the air. Hold on. It's 303-770-2776. Can you get Kachina Clory to give that to her off the air? Look, they're honest people. They're good people. They have a low price guarantee. But I want you to talk to them. You may not need a new one. And we have many good people. I like to spread the love here because he's a good guy and he has a heart for the elderly. So you may want to try that right now. 888heating.com. They have a special deal going on with $1,100 off plus indoor air quality stuff. 303-770-2776. Do that. And of course, Plumline's a wonderful company. Fix It 24/7 is a wonderful company. But in this particular case, there's a specific reason, and I want you to call and then see what happens. All right? 303-713-8255.
You haven't tried real chicken until you've tried Redbird Farms chicken. Juicy, tender, and full of flavor, it's all about the taste. Redbird Farms chicken guarantees you've never tasted chicken this good, which is why since 1949 their customers keep on coming back. Choose a healthier, vegetarian-fed, chemical and antibiotic-free and cage-free chicken. Find Redbird Farms chicken at King Super, Safeway, and City Market.
Grill it, fry it, put it in parm, as long as you make it Redbird Farms.
Okay, the Art of Granite. That is the place that does any countertop, even though the name says the Art of Granite. But here's what's great about them. You get the countertop material at wholesale at cost. You truly do. They only charge for the fabrication and installation. They even tear out and haul away free. And they do the bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. I want you to call them. You will love theartofgranite.com and Mitch Floria, and you'll get a price on the phone. It's that simple. 303-386-5919. At least give them a call. Talk to them. It's a big purchase. 303-386-5919. Theartofgranite.com. Now, I like people being informed before they do anything. Now, you could call Harris Family Law about a divorce, a separation, child custody case, guardianship, anything like that, support. Or you can first just go onto their website and look at all their webinars. Look at all the information they've gathered free of charge that you can watch. It's a webinar. It's a video. It's archived, the old ones, and the new ones come up every Wednesday. So if you go to harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars, you can look at all of them. harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. And if you have a problem, you need to talk to someone, 303-515-5000. And speaking of information, I like the information provided by becomethebanker.org. Joe and Jordan will answer any and all questions for you about annuities, about overfunding life insurance, about getting income for life, guaranteed in writing, conservative, safe investments. Listen, they will never lie to you. You ask them anything you want, and they will tell you the benefits and maybe some of the drawbacks and point you to one that meets your needs. BecomeTheBanker.org, 303-779-6600. 303-779-6600.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one. "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Take your home like it is, and we'll help you make it like you want it. Been doing just that successfully for over 30 years now. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Hi, it's Marty Lenz. Want to hear the fastest way to know what your home would sell for? Reach out to Gay Ribble and Empower Home Team. Text your address to 800-763-3000. No phone call, just text your address, 800-763-3000, 800-763-3000.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce, such as child custody and property division, among many others. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell. We're a partner men can count on.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Denver area attorneys. A partner men can count on. 303-2...
So I'm reading the, you go through all the questions. One of the questions are you, it didn't say are you on the run. It said, are you wanted or something. I forget how they do it. And I look up at the guy, said, has anybody ever answered yes to this? He's like, yes, about 6 years ago. He was doing one, and the guy actually entered fucking yes to it.
There was a case out
Are you a fugitive from
the law?
From the law, yeah.
There was a case out in California years ago where this guy was a felon, wasn't allowed to have a gun. He was, I believe, still on probation at the time.
An anklet.
Yeah, he ended up getting he bought a firearm. I don't remember through what channel.
Yes, of course.
But,
Thank you.
He was supposed to they stopped him for some other crime, violating his probation and everything else, and then they found that he was on probation of firearm. So he got out of the suit against, having to register that firearm in California.
Yes.
No, but I gotta work all week.
Notifying them they had one.
Yeah, this weekend is that thing I do for the Colorado Avalanche. The thing I told you about. Well, it's putting a big old truss up in the air.
I wonder how they changed that after that.
So you could make the same argument with the CBI judge.
Yeah.
That
setting up.
You lied on this, and now we're going to press charges against you.
Well, no, this is the only show I produce now. I mean, since I
that is
can't really
interesting,
do
and it's true too,
anymore,
though.
So I volunteer. So when COVID hit, I had my own production company, and Trump kind of made it very easy for people like me to start my own business because
10 seconds, Tom.
if you had 1099, you didn't have to have workers' compensation. Insurance.
Oh, okay, we're buying firearms. Okay.
Cold? I didn't even know we were back up. All right, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. We want to hear from you. We got an update from India. I guess last week there was a problem with their refrigerator.
Yeah, and let me pull up the call. India, welcome to the show. I'm Tom, and that was Mark. And let's talk about your refrigerator. As I remember, I'm trying to find your call here. Go ahead and tell me about it.
Okay.
Okay, I called last week or maybe a week and a half.
Right.
And I told you guys that I couldn't get a hold of the manufacturer.
You bought it at Lowe's, didn't you? It was it was a high sense, and you bought it at Lowe's, and it died 6 months later.
Right. Exactly.
And then the repair guy said he couldn't repair it or wouldn't
for 2 weeks.
Which company was this?
I wasn't able to get a hold of him at all, ever.
So did Deputy Doc help you at all?
What's your name?
Oh, he did. He was awesome. I got a call from him on Tuesday.
Susie?
Yeah.
And he talked to Lowe's, and Lowe's called me and said to come in and see the manager. So I went in yesterday. They gave me a new refrigerator at the same price.
That's great. Where's my dinger? I haven't used my dinger in so long I thought it fell off the earth or something.
Can I have the dinger?
Yeah, there it is. Yay.
Thank you guys.
That is so wonderful.
Awesome.
India, thank you very much for letting us know. And thank you, Deputy Doc. Appreciate Deputy Doc's work.
Thank you, Deputy Doc. Yes. Expect cookies. Thank you.
And don't tell your husband that Tom gave you that dinger.
No. Okay, the dinger was used. Hey, man, it has been a long time. Yeah. Anyway, Susie's got some issues.
Hi, Tom.
With Hilton. What's happening, Susie?
Yes. Susie, my husband has been a Hilton Diamond member for a long, long time.
That's a big deal. No, that's a big deal because Hilton has a pretty good program, don't they?
He's always been happy with their product, yes.
So what's going on now?
So I was traveling with my daughter in Manila, Philippines, and he got us a night at their Hilton. And when we checked out, our flight wasn't until late that night. And so we went down to the concierge, and our luggage was put in their secured room.
Yeah.
And when we went back to pick it up at 7 p.m. and go to the airport, when we arrived at the airport, I discovered that my AirPod Pros were missing.
Uh-oh.
And my daughter, being savvy, immediately tracked them through Find My AirPod. And it showed while we were off the premises that somebody had gone into the secured area, had gone into my backpack, and they were opened at 5:49 p.m. I have a screenshot of that.
Oh, my goodness. Did they say where they took them?
They were roving around the lobby of the Hilton Manila. I immediately called the manager of the Hilton Manila to alert him that this had happened, and he kept on wanting to say that they were not in lost and found. He had personally checked and they were not in lost and found. I said, well, no, they wouldn't be in lost and found because the app shows that they are wandering around your lobby, and when they were taken out of your secured area, I've spent the last 2.5 hours today speaking to Hilton guests.
I mean, they should just pay you for them. What is their claim?
Do you still see them now on the app?
Yeah, I can see them. They're now off the Hilton property, and they're wandering around the city at large.
So some person is using your headphones.
Somebody stole them. I wish you could send a tone through them.
Somebody?
Like a deafening tone.
I don't think they'd work if she can track them. I don't think they're working.
Can you turn them off or wipe them or anything? I don't know.
You disable them, and but they can still use them. It just says you are using Susie's AirPods. Call this number, like my number. But somebody who steals my property isn't going to care, so every time they open them up, I guess.
If you disable it, let me ask you this.
That manager should have done something. If someone called me up and I was a manager of that hotel and you're watching them walk around the lobby, I mean, I'd question any of my employees that were right there. That's ridiculous.
Well, now I'm kind of questioning if it is not the manager. He has access to that room, too. I mean, he was gaslighting me when I was trying to have a conversation with him.
Okay, you got to go. You got to go above his head. You got to go above his head.
This is where my frustration is coming. So I spent 2.5 hours talking to guest correspondents, and they say, we're very sorry for your inconvenience. I'm like, well, it's not an inconvenience. I was violated. My property was stolen. And I've spoken to Natalie from customer service. I've spoken to Allison from customer service, and Daniel, who is a supervisor, and all three of them say there's nothing they can do. It's a tier 2 concern, which is an email concern. And I said, well, I've already done the email route, and the response I got today
Did you try calling the cops and saying, hey, I know exactly where these are right now? Did you call the cops?
I don't think they're going to, in Manila, chase us.
I have no idea what they think in Manila.
There's a lot of petty, there's a lot of petty stuff there. I mean, you have to go through security to get into that hotel. You put all your stuff through like you're going through TSA.
Wait a minute now. Hold on.
Hilton,
the manager did not seem to care. There's no way of saying who went in that room, right? Because anybody could have done it.
Well, no, they said it was secured, so I assume that means it's an inside job.
Well, it is an inside job, but I'm saying who inside is what I'm saying. But they should take responsibility is what I think. I think what a great idea to have that tracking app.
$250. Yeah.
So have you called Hilton over here, or the main, is there a main corporate office?
Yeah.
Why don't you deal with Hilton corporate?
She has.
Well, that is who I was talking to. This all morning I have been talking to Hilton corporate.
Where, in New York?
No, the gentleman would not. It's corporate, so it's worldwide. He would not tell me where in the world he was. He wasn't in the United States, he said.
Was he sympathetic?
But he kept on saying he was very sorry for my inconvenience. And there was children crying in the background. There was dogs barking.
So he was at home. He was probably in Manila.
He was at home. Yeah. I mean, they're all trying, but I cannot break through the system of, I can understand if it was a piece of property that there was no tracking. If I was just saying some random, my camera is missing, or, my shoes are missing, or whatever. But because of Apple's technology, I've sent them screenshots of everything. We took a ride share. It's called Grab there. It's like equivalent.
I wonder
to our Uber.
do they go back to the Hilton ever? Do they go back to the Hilton?
No, they were on the premises.
But they never went back.
That night.
They never went back.
Well, I only check like once a week. You can only check in time. You can't I don't think get a record of where they've gone. It's just when you do a, real-time check on the app, it shows where they are.
You should fly back there.
Track them down.
And then send us the video.
You know what? Don't even tempt me.
Hey,
tempt me.
I want to give it to one of our deputies who is tenacious about getting through to CEOs. So hold on.
Yeah, I mean, just... okay, can I say one other thing?
Of course.
My concern is you have all these lawyers, my husband works for, a large sales force. You have all these loyalty members, who for years have been loyal to your program, for $250. It's not like I make a business out of,
or even give you like a gift card
over.
towards a night or something.
Yeah, I think
$250,
especially with
really
the app that you have,
so.
this is bull.
You know what? Why don't you take them to small claims court? Well, it would be...
What?
I don't think you'd win. I think they'd settle, so therefore she'd be reimbursed. But I don't see her winning in front of a judge.
Do you think they have a registered agent here?
Oh, I'm sure. There's Hilton Hotels here. Of course they do.
So she could sue them here, you think?
Absolutely she could sue them here.
Hey, why for grins, you ought to let Mark walk you through this process logistically on how to take them
They're not going to want to pay for an attorney to show up, so they're not going to want to deal with it, so you'll end up getting your money.
I would ask for the filing fee and the cost of new ones.
Hey, I almost sued McDonald's over, how much was it, Suzanne? $1.
Why?
Okay.
Hold on. We're not forgetting about you, Susie. We're going to get you through this small claims process. Plus, I want to give it to Deputy Smarty. We'll do both at the same time. Go ahead, Mark.
So they have a stupid app at McDonald's now, and occasionally something will come through that's a special.
And it's $1.
Say at $1 breakfast sandwich, I order it, pay for it. I go through the McDonald's. They said, we don't have it.
And they make you order on the mobile app.
Yeah,
you can't order there.
You got to order it on there, and I'm showing it right here. Here's
and they say we don't have it.
They said it's not on the order, and I keep handing them my phone going, it's right here. So that was that. I left without it, and I started thinking how ridiculous would it be to sue them for $1 plus court cost. And I almost did it, but then I forgot how much time it takes. And it is a pain in the ass, but I guarantee I would have won.
It's worth it, Susie, and Mark will talk to you about it, but let's get you set up with Deputy Smarty Pants.
I was fit to be tied. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how many people go to McDonald's every day? If they ripped everybody off for $1, they'd put an extra $5 million a day in their wallet.
Well, Carl's Jr. down in Castle Rock kicked me out and told me never to come back.
For what?
Remember years ago when they had the commercial and the guy sitting on the bleachers eating this sandwich and they said, what do you get when you eat this whatever sandwich this was? And the ketchup's dripping out of there and it's splattering his shoes. They said, you get a free pair of red spotted shoes. And they had iPads. So I bought the sandwich and I said, I want my shoes. And they said, what? The commercial says I get it, and their verbiage makes it sound like you get
a free pair of shoes.
So I said, would have fixed the verbiage, not that we'll spot your shoes. You get a free pair of shoes. And I argued with them. They finally gave me my money back, told me to take my meal, and don't ever come back.
We had, I went through with my son, and he won't eat shit. I mean, he's a picky eater. This is like 5 years ago.
I'm ready. You know, Fix It 24/7 is doing these extraordinary furnace or air tune-ups for $39, either or you can do both, of course, double that, but $39. Listen, they spend hours on this system. They take it apart to the extent they can. They clean it. They adjust it. They make sure it's not going to break down to the extent they can, of course. And, of course, it's $39 with a no breakdown guarantee. You got to see what they do. It's a very special. And get it before it gets too hot or too cold. Get your furnace or get the air conditioning done before the cooling season. FixMyHome.com. Fix it 24/7. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Hey, if you want extra cash, David Ellis Jewelry is buying jewelry. Of course, people say, well, doesn't he sell? Of course they do. It's a great jewelry store. 3rd and Clayton. That's DavidEllisJewelry.com. But you can sell used, old. You can trade it in even. Or you can just sell junk. Mismatched earrings, tangled messes, old coin collections. He'll weigh it and pay it. Whatever it is, you can trust David Ellis Jewelry. Don't ever go to Facebook Marketplace. Don't ever go to Craigslist. Not based on what we've heard. David Ellis Jewelry, 303-322-8779.
So they had a buy one, get one free McRib. And all my son wanted on it was barbecue sauce, no pickles, onions, whatever it comes with. So I said, one plain and then one regular. Buy one, get one free. So we get them, we get home. This fucking asshole 2 pieces of bread, nothing else. No McRib.
I thought it had barbecue sauce on it, though. You were like, barbecue sauce only.
Well, it was 2 pieces of fucking bread. I was so pissed I drove back up there. And I said, I want to know who thought this was who's the fucking funny one? And they asked me to leave.
That's for all the times when
but
we
did
were
they
kids.
replace it?
Yeah, they replaced it.
That's for all the times we were
I was
kids,
livid.
Mark, and had to, get free food.
Yeah.
It was your karma.
We ate at McDonald's a few times.
A lot for free
My
when we
son
were
asked for a cheeseburger plain, and they didn't put the cheese on it. That would just make it a burger.
Mm-hmm. They probably were stupid, though. This whole McRib thing, that was done deliberately. Wouldn't you agree? Whoever took that order was just stupid.
Well, they had to take it off because it's pre-wrapped.
But they still charge you.
Most companies have notes on Mark.
Cheeseburger minus the cheese. Sir, you could just order a hamburger. I don't want a hamburger. I want a cheeseburger, no cheese, please. I'll fuck waitresses up when I go. I'd like a black coffee with cream. Sir, do you want cream in that? Yes, I'd like a black coffee with cream.
You never know anymore. You might get a latte.
We were at Denny's with Talib years ago. We were doing a trip to California to learn how to do some software. And we stopped at Denny's, man, in the middle of Utah. And I take all the glasses with water, and they've got those plastic menus, so you can turn them over, slide them on there, and then when the waitress picks them up, of course, the water goes everywhere. So I load them up like that. Oh, God. And
mind you, he's well into his 30s at this point.
So it was Talib, myself, and Dave Haglund. So we go back out, and we're right outside the window.
And you watch it?
Yeah, because we're in the car ready to go, and we're watching it. And she doesn't walk up yet. But 2 cops pull up, and Talib starts thinking he's the only black guy in Utah, and no matter what, it's all going to come down. He did it. He's going to be arrested, and we're not going to bail him out. And he's literally in this fucking mindset. So he wants to leave. I want to stay there so I can at least see my prize when she picks up the glasses.
You know what I did when I went up motorhoming with Broly, and I had DirecTV.
Is this when you had a few too many?
I had DirecTV, so I took the remote from DirecTV, and I went with them when we went out to eat. On the way back, I said, "Guys, slow down," and I would go like this, and you could
you could change it.
The motorhomes. I was turning them off, but you could see like through one of the windows where it went off, and they said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I just wanted to see how many here."
So I showed Miles, if you have a Samsung, Apple can't do it. With the Samsung, you can download an app to most TVs that are infrared.
And read where it is.
So he's in class, and the teacher keeps trying to play this shit, and he's changing the channel. And he never got caught for it, but he's telling me about it. I'm like, Jesus.
In fact, you can do that right now. It'll read. I did it the other day, and it does read the TV in the room. It says, "Do you want to connect to that TV?"
Oh, yeah.
I got to screw with the wife.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely.
I have it on my phone right now, Samsung.
I'm gonna do it.
Do you ever mess with Lonnie and change his music on his Tesla app when he's in it? Addie's done that to him.
I'll tell you something.
Like turn the music up and stuff?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to Clayton. And if you have any problems, questions, and complaints, give us a call. Or car issues, whatever. But this one has to do with a contractor. Clayton, what's going on with you, Clayton? Welcome to the show.
Hi, Tom.
Hey,
we hired a contractor. We had a water leak, wrestled with insurance for 2 years, finally got a contractor, got settled with them, finally got a contractor in, and last May he
Now, wait a minute. Was the contractor to fix the water leak or the damage?
The damage.
Okay. What happened?
The water leak was just a dishwasher malfunction.
Got it.
That ran overnight.
So this contractor, what went wrong?
Last May he started on the project, and it was not a small project. It was a fair-sized project.
Enough said. Last May, it should have been done by now. I don't care who you are.
He told us it would take 7 to 10 weeks to get it done. my wife and I laughed about it, and we says, it's going to be 3 months. We know it's going to be 3 months. It's still not done, and he is...
You got to have patience, Clayton.
Now, how much... here's what I want to know. Have you paid ahead of the game?
Yeah. Here's the deal. When we hired him, his deal was... This is part of the rub. When we hired him, his deal was, you need to pay me 10% down.
That's not terrible.
And... Nope. And that was... So we gave him $6,500. It was actually... Ended up being...
Although I would only do that when work begins, but go ahead.
Yeah. So, and this was to get on his schedule. So we do that. We give him the $6,500 and change.
Then what?
He put on the schedule, and all along the process, they would submit to us an invoice for work that had been done. So, like a phase of completion, and we would pay that. And we dutifully paid all that. And now we're sitting at a point where he's telling us, I think he told us we still owe him,
hold on. Is he not coming back because of that? Is he saying you owe money?
I think that's part of his deal. And I think he's got bigger fish to fry.
But hold on. The whole contract was going to be how much? $65,000?
No, it ended up, we've paid him probably close to 95.
But that doesn't make sense. You put 10%, which was 65. Never mind.
It ended up being more than that was less than 10%. But that's how it was specified in the contract. And
okay,
we had some other things. We said, well, we want you to do this.
And
also,
he says you're not fully. He says you're not fully paid up yet.
Right, and not only that, but he said last conversation or last correspondence that we had with him was that we that
how much is not done? If you had to go in and finish it, how much is not done?
I would guess that it would. It's punch list stuff.
Give me an idea, though.
$2,000.
Okay. So, is he disputing... Go ahead.
But the $6,500 that we paid him up front, he has never itemized what that was used for.
Well,
and
I want to know,
said,
did you have a contract that specified the total project cost?
Yes, but we had some things that we were going to do that we decided not to do, and other things that we
and you never got an accounting of any. So you took some things away and added others.
Right.
And you never got a full accounting of how he spent your money.
In the beginning, on the first invoices, yes, we did. But those magically disappeared.
See,
all of the
he doesn't have to show you. He doesn't have to show you what he did with any particular payment. What he has to show you is what he did with the money. All of it. So that $95,000 you've paid him included the $6,500. Is that right?
Correct.
So here's the bottom line. The $95,000 included the $65,000. So what you need is an accounting of the $95,000 because he's claiming you owe him more, right?
Correct.
Well, will he give you an accounting?
No.
Why?
That's a real good question.
What's his name? What's the contract? Hold on. Just hold on. I'll come back to you. Hold on.
Yeah.
What's the name of that TV remote app?
What's that?
What's the name of that TV remote app?
Well, it depends what TV you have. What kind of TV you have.
I see. Okay.
Like LG, Vizio.
You have to download it from there. It's not a universal one.
There is some, but I've never used those.
I'm just thinking, how much fun that would be in a bar or a sports book or something like that.
You can do it. It's easy to do.
No, you can. There's no
security on the other side.
Yeah.
It just knows the code.
Well, I'm just thinking just before that horse crosses the freaking
Oh,
line.
wait.
Oh,
wait,
shit.
Mark. There
Boy,
is
you
one.
better do it on the down low.
Wait, before what?
Like you do it in a sports book or something?
Or like
listen.
last throw of the Super Bowl.
But listen, man. Your TV and your remote and your phone have to be on the same Wi-Fi. That's the only difference.
Yeah,
so,
probably have secured Wi-Fi for something like that.
No. Joseph A. Lazara is a criminal defense attorney, and I hope you never need him. But if you do, he's there for you. And I want to tell you how he operates. Free initial consultations, and then flat rate pricing. It's a very easy system. If you have a DUI or any other kind of criminal charge, LazaraLegal.com. You can find him at referralist.com too. LAZZARA. 303-429-6200. Joe has helped many, many people through difficult times. 303-429-6200. No, I really believe you have to be on the same Wi-Fi. Let me just do it right here. Are those Samsung?
LG.
What kind of phone do you have?
Samsung.
Yeah, so you can do it. He cannot do it. Our
What?
phones,
What do you mean I can't do it?
Apples don't do it.
Don't do what?
The one you're talking about, they do both have to be on the same Wi-Fi. The ones I'm talking about literally use an infrared, which iPhones don't have, just like a remote.
So, okay.
Get it?
You don't have to point it in any direction or anything?
You don't have to point it, but if you're too far from it, it won't work. iPhones never had that technology. And truth be told, it is kind of useless technology unless you're doing that.
Having fun with it.
Oh, that's Kaiser. Maybe she can explain. Hello? This is she.
I need to do that self-directed IRA again because there's no way I'm gonna do away with these profits I'm making. I want to make them tax-free now in my return.
What kind of phone do you got?
POS. Here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn mine on right now.
You can't do it in here.
Why?
Because your phone is not capable of it, and you're not on the same Wi-Fi.
Is that Samsung?
Yeah, only Samsung.
Yeah, it's a A716U.
Okay, hold on, let me see here. There's a list of them that do it. It's the infrared feature.
Oh, I don't have an infrared. Mine does it by Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's why you have to be on the
Yours
same
goes
channel.
by. You have an actual infrared transmitter?
Yeah, iPhones don't have them.
No. Are you sure that's how it works?
I'm positive that's how it works. There's ones that work on Wi-Fi, like you're talking about.
Yeah, that's fine.
Usually smart TVs, though.
Here's mine.
Okay, give it
Scanning
to me
the
again.
network, scanning the network, scanning the net. Oh, it found it.
A716U.
A7? The Samsung A7. I think it's called an A7. Infrared. I think it's called an A7. Yeah, right here.
Cool.
Yeah, Galaxy A7. Hold on. Using the Android remote control. Android TV remote control app. Download that. Yep.
Well, I am so going to play with this.
Yep, you can. A7 is one of them. So download, it's literally called that.
Android TV remote control.
Let me click on this.
Yeah, that's right there. Come on.
I found one on my network here, and I'm turning it on and off. I don't know what it is. It can't be at home because I'm not on.
That's funny.
It doesn't tell me.
It could be maybe.
It gives me the serial number.
Could be one of the office TVs. Yep, it's called an IR blaster.
Are you?
No, you don't have it. Oh, this says A71 does not.
Yeah, because all this, it just told me I had to be on the same Wi-Fi network.
No, this says yours does not have the IR blaster.
Gotcha. I'm going to throw that away.
Here we go. Galaxy J, Galaxy Mega, Galaxy Note 3, Note 4, Note Edge, S4, S Mini. Oh shit, there's a fucking shitload of them. What is yours again? A what?
A716U. A716U.
Nope, they quit after the S65.
So you have one of the older ones?
Wait, Samsung.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Let me get to the phones quickly here. 303-713-8255. Clayton's been waiting. Now, Clayton, here's what I have to tell you, okay? Bottom line. What you need to do is demand just an accounting. And just tell them, I'd like an accounting of the job and how much and where the money went, and I'll see if I owe you money. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Won't that contractor do that?
No.
Why?
No.
What's the name of the contractor?
Infinity Builders.
It seems like we've heard of Infinity Builders. How'd you find them?
Here's the deal.
Yeah, go ahead.
The work that they did was very good. But now that we're at the end of this cycle, it's nearly impossible to get anything else done.
Because they think they don't have a lot of money to make.
Exactly.
But you have a right. You have a right to know what you spent your money on, and Infinity Builders should be willing to do it. Hey, Kachina, let's give this to Deputy Dollar. He's an accountant. Maybe you can talk some sense into him.
Or let's just try to call him.
I even had my neighbor that's a lawyer try and help me out and try to kind of mediate.
Wait. Did he write a letter?
He called him.
And what did the guy tell him?
He told him that we were a pain in his ass.
Well, you might be, but we do it another way. We try to get
I know I am.
But we try to clear up the pain in his ass. I mean, Clayton,
I've been living like a hillbilly for almost a year.
Okay, it's that bad. Send us pics, too. Hey, Kachina, arrange for him to give us some pictures, and then give it to Deputy Dollar and see if he can make some progress just getting an accounting. He should tell the contractor, look, we know you explained him as a pain in the ass. We want to try to take this pain in the ass away from you. We want to try to make it better for you. So let's handle that. 303-713-8255. And now it's Karen's problem. Karen, what's going on with you, Karen?
Hello?
Hi, what's going on, Karen?
Well, I was on the Western Slope yesterday, and I got gas, and I was going to come back to Fort Collins, and I tried to take out the key, and it got stuck at the accessory position.
Uh-oh.
So I called a couple of people, a couple of dealers. I called Tucker Hyundai, and they said the same thing. Are you sure it's in park? Did you wiggle the wheels? And I said, yes, I did. So anyway, I was able to make it back, but I had to undo the battery in order for the car not to auto unlock so that I could lock my car with the keys in it.
So you disconnected the battery. How did you start the car?
Well, no, I can start the car. I just can't take the keys. They get stuck in the accessory position.
Got it. Okay.
So you can't lock the doors if there are keys in the ignition.
I get it.
I bet our locksmith would know this.
Yeah, but it's not a locksmith.
Well, no, but wait, there's more. So
all right, hold on, Karen, so I can give you more time. Let me give you more time. See what we can do to help you. 303-713-8255. We'll come back to Karen and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
She said
The ignition switch or the tumbler are bad.
she said $60
We've been seeing a lot of those ignition switches bad.
every half hour, and it's usually about an hour, and it goes towards my deductible. So she said I'd be looking at about $120.
But then what's it for? What do you do?
So then they decide what tests they want to do. Then that same gal calls me back and says these are the tests they want to do, and then I could choose if I want to do all of them, none of them, and she'll tell me the cost of them at that point.
But then what?
So listen, when she turns off the car, why can't she just pull the key?
That's what she's saying. She goes to turn it off and it won't completely come back. Okay. So we've actually been seeing several of the Hyundais and Kias. They've been coming in for what they thought were transmission issues, because theirs are going the other way, where the mechanism inside is, although you stop, you're no longer in the start position. You've returned.
So how did she lock it after she removed the battery?
Well, with the keys in the car, Okay,
you can't lock it.
You can't lock it. The vehicle recognizes the keys in the car, so you lock the door, you shut it, automatically pops the lock.
Right. So what did she
So
do?
she disconnected the battery so that she could lock the car and shut the door.
Manually lock.
Right.
Then how does she get it open?
She probably has another key.
Okay.
Or she connects the battery again.
No.
I don't know if it'll pick it up right away.
No, I don't know either.
I don't know.
That's weird.
But it's probably the ignition switch itself.
That's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like
it could be. It could be the tumbler. I mean, it's
right. It's not the starter though, or anything
like that. No.
I mean,
and that switch is cheap, real cheap. Yeah, they were talking about whether or not they could allow the Secret Service in during the arrest, during the booking.
I think they have to.
They have to work all that out. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. But there's no.
You imagine if he died in custody? Oh fuck!
Clinton finally got to him.
Put him in the same cell we had Harvey, or not Harvey. Who was it?
Epstein.
Epstein. I love how those records never came out.
Yeah. I also love how after they did convict the lady, nobody in the book has been brought in charges. You know they were serving underage girls and underage boys people.
Yeah, nobody. And she knows it all.
Mm-hmm. My wife has to work opening day again. I don't like her downtown.
Yeah, downtown sucks. What does she do at opening game?
Well, her company has a big party that they throw. So
I got you.
Down there doing that. So they've got some big parking lot they rented out. They're putting a 8-foot freaking chain link fence all the way around it.
Who are we playing first game?
The other team.
I think they played today, didn't they?
I think so. I know they played yesterday.
Yeah, maybe it was yesterday. Yeah, that's right, because they're 100%.
Yeah, yesterday was their opening.
Yep, and they won it, so their record is perfect. They got a perfect record.
For the time being.
They do.
Any given Tuesday.
On their website, it says it can find changes in your genes or chromosomes that may cause a genetic illness. So, and the results may tell you about your testing can be done on a single gene, selected genes, or all your genes.
But then what?
How can it help?
Yeah, there you go.
Just tells you your risk factors, understanding your risk factors.
Good news, the Pope's better.
I didn't know he was sick.
And, you know, if we plan to have another child, we may reconsider
Look,
with
Trump
our risk
indicted,
factors.
they had the charges up.
But you already had all that done, right?
Well, I had 23andMe done.
Yeah.
Look at
It's to help us make informed decisions.
What do you think his mugshot will look like?
So you think I should cancel it?
That'd be pretty good. They won't let him do it, though.
So you think I should cancel it?
I don't know what it does. That's what I keep saying. I mean, if you have a marker, then what? When you found out about some of that stuff with 23andMe, all it did was freak you out, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did
you ever do your 23andMe we got you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did it come back you're crazy like I thought?
100% Italian.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, you were like 99.999 or something, just
and then
crazy.
Part of it was some.
Just test my Wrangler genes. Oh my God, Felix.
And then I had It showed, a lot of my relatives that had signed up, and some people I didn't know. I don't put it past my dad.
It's kind of cool. If you haven't checked it for years and years, you go check it now.
Back and check it?
Yeah, you can log into your app and
You
see
can
what
see.
other relatives have popped up.
Right?
People pop up all the time, man.
You should already have your login if you did 23andMe.
I did. I have to redo. I have to just lost password.
Change the password.
All that. I don't remember what it was.
I don't think you pay again, no.
Your info is solid out there.
But it's funny because when you did it way back then, like her, a lot of people weren't doing it. Now everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
They should link all the different ones together, though, too.
Family tree type thing.
Isn't that how they found that fertility doctor?
Yeah, who knocked up
Yeah, but not through a formal one. It wasn't before they were popular.
I will.
That guy had done. Oh my God! It was 1,000 babies or more.
It was crazy. Well, it was
People
found.
would come to him.
It was found by one of those.
People would come. Yeah, I know. But it was before it was commercially available to everyone. I think, right? I mean, here people would come to him, and what did he do? He would knock up the ladies, right?
Yeah.
With his sperm.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of using the sperm.
Yeah, he would say that it was whoever the donor is supposed to be. It was his.
Oh, he saved money. That's why he did it, because he never had to pay for it. He would get paid, but he didn't have to buy it.
Then you have Deputy Doc.
No.
He won't do 23.
He was the doctor. Okay.
I know.
And they would come in
for artificial insemination.
Yes.
Or get pregnant.
Yes. And I never looked at it that way. You're saying it's not just a donor that's free. You're saying they would pay for other sperm. I never put that part together.
Yeah, you're charged for sperm.
So he was doing it for money.
I don't know. What else? Part of it was
to rule the world like Genghis Khan.
He wanted to spread his seed. It was part of that documentary.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Then it was craziness.
He's got like 1,000 kids. What's he, stupid? He's definitely crazy.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jeff Vick is with us, Kimmer Transmission, if you have any car questions at all. And this hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. The best guy you're going to get to buy or sell your real estate, and he'll do a free analysis for you, 303-920-1622. And that's a complete, really multi-page analysis of what your house will sell for. That's 303-910. 303-91. Now, I forgot his number, and I just said it. I'm sorry. Say it, Mark. Go ahead and say what you were going to say. You're going to say I'm getting old. 303-920-1622. It comes and goes, folks. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's get serious now. We have a problem with this. Who did I take? Karen. Karen in her car. We left off with her. Didn't get back to her. Karen, where's your car right now? You said you had your ignition, and it would not turn off. It just turns to the ACC position.
No,
so
it'll turn off, but she cannot pull her key out.
The engine turns off. Right. But it doesn't turn to the off position. It goes to the ACC position, which means you can't lock your doors because it senses your key. You got to pull the battery cable. So where is your car right now?
Well, it's with me now. My son and I were just, we looked at a few YouTubes, and we're going to start taking apart that center console where the shifter is. But it doesn't have these easily removable parts.
Well, why
like
don't you, it's not expensive. It's going to be your switch or your tumbler. Why don't you just get it replaced with someone who knows what they're doing?
I wanted to mention one thing that was curious. I started looking into the fuse box. Now, there's a main fuse right in the center of all the little fuses, and if you put that from the on to the midway position, your keys hop right out. Then, when you go to lock your car,
when you put the fuse, when you say...
Yeah, there's like a main fuse lever. There's a 3-position, on, midway, and off.
On a, do you know what she's talking about? A fuse lever?
It's escaping me here. I know.
No. What are you talking about? Karen.
It's the center of all the cluster of the little
I get
pieces.
it.
There's like larger main
in
switch,
the
and it shuts everything.
Karen, that center you're talking about, that lever, is it on a circuit board?
It's in the fuse box, just down to the left, down.
And it looks like an on and off switch.
It says on and off.
like a master switch?
It is like the master breaker for all the fuses because it shuts everything.
Have you ever heard of a master kill switch on a car?
Well, I think you can put them in aftermarket, but I've never seen one from the manufacturer.
Okay, so this little lever says on and off, and if you...
Yeah, but there's a midway switch that doesn't say anything. It is supposed to be off, but I tried pulling the keys out on, and I tried it off, and if you hit that midway switch, they come right up.
Oh, my goodness. But that could still be the switch. I don't know.
Right. My other point in saying this is that knowing that you shut down your accessories, you can then not have your auto lock on your door if it shuts down that function. So instead of unplugging, undoing the terminal, which I don't care right now because now that I have the switch, I can actually get my keys out of my car.
So
nobody ever said anything about the fuse box.
Okay, so you fixed this thing on your own, but now every time you turn your car off to get your keys out, you got to reach under to the switch, to the fuse box, and make that switch midway. You know what? Sheridan Auto Tech has an electrical department.
I bet our key guy would know this, man. He knows more about fobs than anybody.
I don't think it's a key thing. Nope.
I bet he's run into this.
The ignition. Yeah, I think it is something with that fuse. Something in that fuse.
I think Kevin Calkin at Sheridan Auto Tech, they have an electrical department. I'm serious.
Well, they can definitely fix it, but let's get the key guy on. I'm telling you he's going to know something about this.
Nah, he won't.
Okay, what do you want to bet? Lunch?
I don't think he will.
Lunch?
Yes.
I
Lunch.
don't think it's the key.
What's his name, the Boulder guy?
Jeff.
Get Jeff on from Boulder Lock-In Key, please.
Yeah, let's see. Get Kevin on, too.
And I get to, if I win,
get Kevin on.
Del Frisco. If you win, Del Taco.
Oh, lunch we're talking here. Pizza or something. 303-713-8255. Hold on, okay? Hey, Mark. What's going on with you, Mark?
Well, I have a commercial auto policy with Progressive.
Now, why is it commercial?
For my tractor trailer.
Okay, got it.
And the company I'm going to haul for requires a $1 million general liability.
Yes.
However, Progressive won't provide me one because of the product I'm hauling, which is asphalt. And I can't find anybody.
Have you checked with Compass Insurance Group?
I have. All they do is send me to. They have an agent that does their commercial side, and all you can do is email them and get them. She just hasn't been helpful. I was wondering if you.
Wait, did he say he couldn't find one, or he just doesn't answer you?
Well, when you call Compass, they send you to this other lady that does their commercial stuff for them.
That's
all
right.
All you can do is email her, and then she has gotten back to me in the past, but she said she just doesn't. And then, I mean, there's no service there. She doesn't try to help me.
Huh? Because they have done mine. And that's, commercial.
Yeah, but you're not hauling asphalt. Let's get Brian on.
Yeah, can we ask them? I mean, I'd like to find out what's going on with it because this sounds pretty important. So hold on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's get Compass on and ask him about it. And then I think I know who he's talking about at the place he deals with. But we'll try to get them to answer specifically. I mean, it can't be that difficult. There have to be others. Hey, here's a silly question, but really not. Mark, have you ever asked the company who they recommend? Huh?
You cut out. No, well, the company, the only person I deal with is some lady in administration over there. She just does the paperwork. And so they all hire contractors. I'd be a contractor for
Mark,
all their product.
Is it because of the weight of the product?
It's because it's hot mix. And it's the same thing when I worked in the oil field. They won't give you a general liability for oil field.
Hey, by the way, over at Compass, did you talk to Jennifer?
I think that's probably right.
Yeah.
It's been a while back since I talked to her.
Yeah, but if anyone's going to know, they're going to know. And for some reason, if they drop the ball, they're going to want to know that too. Let's just get them on. Kachina Kalori, let's get Compass on to address this. I'm sure they'll be able to help us. And Karen, oh, I'm sorry. We have Karen there. Well, that's pending. I'm sorry. Marianne it is. Marianne, what's going on with your GE double microwave oven?
Well, I had them out there. I got an extended insurance on it, to cover if anything goes wrong, they replace it.
Hey,
and
does
I don't know.
Are you having trouble hearing her, or is it just me? Do you hear her okay?
No.
Okay. Can you...
Okay.
Go ahead.
That
That's better, yes.
I had a GE, and I had it with the house, and I got an expanded insurance on it, to cover. If anything goes wrong with it, then they'll come out and replace it. They've been out there 9 times, and they keep ordering parts and ordering parts and ordering parts. And that's all they do is give us a runaround. I call the insurer.
Now, hold on. Is this some kind of a home warranty you got when you got the house?
No. I wasn't a home warranty. No, I got it afterwards. I covered everything afterwards. It cost me $5,000 to cover all my appliances.
Oh, my God, did you get ripped off? Because they don't work. But anyway.
Right.
So you have a GE oven microwave combo, right?
Right, exactly.
Now here's what I want to know. The warranty you bought, is it a GE warranty?
No, it's insured.
Oh, boy. And
I called them.
And you paid a lump sum of $5,000?
Yeah, a long time ago. About 2 years ago, I had everything covered. The garage.
And how long? I got it. How long does that warranty work? Is it supposed to be for?
Till 2025.
Okay. And so they do come out to try to fix it, right?
Yeah, 9 times.
Well, okay. Well, at least you're getting something. But what do they say? Do they ever fix it and it keeps breaking, or do they never fix it?
They fix it. They put all the parts in. They just do the run around. They put this. They put a switch. They did this. They put everything in there. And they came out last Friday. It works. As soon as they left the house Saturday, it went out again.
So what do you want now? A new one?
I want a new one. Yeah, I'm covered for one. They sure don't want to bother with it. They keep sending parts out. It's like fixing an old car.
I agree, Marianne. I want to give this to Deputy Doc. I want to give it to somebody to call that company. Listen, I hate home warranty companies. They suck. But we can probably call them and put some pressure on them. So, Kachina, let's give this one, Marianne, to Deputy Doc and have him call the warranty company. Is she keeping up? I'm going to make notes.
So, asphalt's hot and it's heavy, but so is a lot of shit. So I wonder why it's so hard to insure. Just for that reasoning, I don't understand.
So
cement is fucking heavy as fuck, and it's hot.
Century RV, that's the place you want to be for new and used RVs. CenturyRV.com has been with me for many, many years. They even buy used RVs, and here's what I really love about them. They have a very special maintenance facility that they have built, $10 million to take care of all of the servicing of their warranties. You can depend on them. Whether you want a Class A, a Class C, maybe you want a fifth wheel or some kind of pop-up camper, they have them big and small. There's a new kind of fifth wheel where all the storage is underneath and everything is on one level like a giant motorhome. It's not that step up to that bedroom. When you see these fifth wheels, you'll fall in love with them. And the storage is unbelievable, but it looks like a classic fifth wheel from the outside. Check them out at CenturyRV.com, exit 240 and I-25, 303-453-1111.
Big Lou.
Do you have that guy's number, Jeff? Because I'm not seeing anything on the referral list for Boulder Lock and Key.
Oh, you just call right. It is City Lock.
Oh, I'm
City
sorry.
Lock.
City Lock.
I said
City Lock. And then what you do, just call the main number. He answers. It goes to his cell.
It's called City Lock. Is that
Yeah.
all one word or 2 words?
2 words, and it's Jeff Rosen.
Okay.
Is his name. He's a nice guy.
Okay, all right.
He's never lost for words either.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure he knows that I said he would know.
Yeah, because he won't know.
He's going to know.
He's not.
He's going to know.
Yeah.
He's going to know.
I don't think so.
He's going to know. You got a Dell
I'm still baffled on whatever switch she's turning.
She's not turning the switch.
She said she was turning some sort of switch.
Yeah, a switch in the
It's a fuse. It's a fuse, she said.
No, she didn't. She said in the fuse box there's a master switch. It says on and off.
Yeah, and I literally pulled up the owner's manual and I can't find it there. If they've got a kill switch in there, I've never seen them.
What year was it, did she say?
18 Tucson.
What?
18 Tucson.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an off and on position. That's it. Turning the fuse off position makes your car or battery less likely to drain.
Well.
It has a switch. You saw the switch, Mark?
Yeah.
Now, why putting it in the middle lets her take her key out? Because she's disconnecting the battery.
She's disconnecting everything.
I'll bet you there's an on and there's an off and then there's a...
I want to see a picture of the
Well, it's probably for, you're letting your vehicle sit because you're at the airport or something like that so it doesn't drain. But I'm wondering if for some reason there's power being held to that ignition switch that's not supposed to be, it's preventing her from turning it back. So when she kills it, it kills the power.
Here's the fuse box, here's the switch. And it says right here, call Jeff at City Lock for explanation. Right there.
How would you like to live in Minneapolis?
There's not many places I'd like to live, honestly.
I'm thinking of moving to Florida.
Florida I love.
Although... Okay, we already got success with Susie versus Hilton.
Here it is, right. Seriously, Jeff, here it is. Look. It literally says fuse switch. Huh.
Guess what? We got Susie's money back for her AirPods already.
Wow.
Oh, you did?
I mean, Deputy Smarty Pants.
Ah, shit.
I'll take the credit. Fuck.
Now, what's it say here? So I want to see what it says on the switch.
Suze, how did you find Smarty Pants?
He found us.
Well, how I found him was he complained to me that Michael Brown answers him and you don't. And so I told Mark that, and Mark says, oh, let's tell Tom that Michael Brown answers him, but you don't, Tommy. And then all of a sudden he became a deputy, like after
Was
all
it
that.
like emails I didn't answer?
Yeah, you weren't answering his emails or something,
well,
allegedly. Huh. But that's kind of where it all started.
Allegedly, my ass.
30 plus counts. Business fraud.
30 plus emails a day?
30 plus counts of related fraud. Maybe the guy should be in jail.
So Smarty Marty probably emailed Hilton 75 times.
That's what I love about him.
I fucking tenacious.
You know what?
Persistent.
I don't think she was exaggerating, though. I think the lady was on for 2 hours and couldn't get anywhere.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
Hi, yeah. Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We got to get through this quickly. So we have Brian on for which one? Oh, yeah, Brian. Hey, Brian, we have a truck driver who hauls asphalt, or he's going to get a job hauling asphalt. He has his private rig insurance, and then he said he needed general liability because the general rig was not enough. They needed a general liability policy. I think he said he talked to Jennifer or someone at Compass that never gets back to him, but he wanted to just get a quote. Do you guys do that kind of policy? He's on the phone right now. Mark, do I have that right? You need a general liability policy for hauling hot asphalt, right?
For $1 million.
For $1 million?
On top of my commercial policy.
On top of your rig. That's right, your rig insurance. So, Brian, what do you think? I mean, she might be searching. Who knows? I know when she looked for my liability insurance, it took a while because it was a very special. Well, mine was very specialized, and it took a while, but she did get back to me.
Yeah, it does take a lot longer on commercial insurance. I don't know. I'd have to look up his account. Jennifer is actually out of town until Tuesday, and perhaps that's part of it. But is your rig insurance, is that with us? Is it with Compass Insurance, or do you have a?
It's direct through Progressive.
Oh,
okay. So
which is what Jennifer told me. She said she couldn't help me on a quote because that's who you guys use is Progressive.
Right. So, but you already have them, but that's not what you need. You need all.
Well, let me ask you something. I'm not suggesting you do this, but if he did switch to you as a broker, would that piss off Progressive?
No, they don't care one way or another. But
and you sell Progressive. What I'm saying is, it's easier to work with listen, I'm not trying to say you got to be a client of theirs for everything, but it always is better if you have more than one policy with a company because they can get you better discounts.
Right. Go ahead.
I'm just the only thing is I can get a general policy. But when they ask me, what are you hauling, I say hot mix, they say, oh, we can't help you.
Yeah, it is it's a specialized type of insurance because there's not many carriers that like doing, especially, is it long haul or are you just doing it local?
Local.
Okay, so it's just around town.
Local hot mix, asphalt. Here's what we can do, Brian. And by the way, Compass is at 303-996-9000. Kachina, could you give Brian Mark's phone so they can talk together and maybe he can look up his file? Mark, let's try, really, I take it seriously when you use someone on the referral list and they're good people. So let's get that wiped off the board and let Brian handle that. 303-713-8255. We're still waiting for our expert. He's not available for 20 minutes. We're going to have to either get you back on, Karen, but here's the thing. I would call Sheridan Auto Tech. That's what I would do. But Jeff is not available for 20 minutes, so we're not going to be able to get him on now. We can probably get him on Monday. And then Susie called. Listen to this. She called not long ago, and she was really ticked off. She said, you know what? I am a part of Hilton Hotel's special preference club and all that. We travel all over the world. We were in Manila. We left our suitcase with valet in a secured area. When we went to get it, my AirPods were missing, earpods, and our app shows somebody went in there and they opened it, took them out, and they roamed around Manila with them, and we're pissed off that we can't get reimbursed from Hilton. We are loyal members, and we put you in touch with who we call our deputy Smarty Pants, and that's Marty. What happened, Susie?
Hi, Tom. Yes, I spoke to Marty, who was very helpful. He put me in touch with Global Headquarters, where I spoke to a representative there. Initially, I got the same response that I had gotten all morning of because of safety and security, we're unable to help you. And then when I said that I had been in contact with media,
yes,
she suddenly said that she could escalate it up to upper management to the corporate specialist team. So I'm waiting. Said it'd be about 48, 72 business hours, so probably next Wednesday I should hear from somebody.
And you're going to call us right back because we want to know about it.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get some good resolve, and my 2-month-old AirPods will be probably not return, but hopefully I'll get reimbursement.
Yeah, of course you should, Susie. Thank you. And thank you, Deputy Smarty Pants. So that's an intermediate dinger. We should still get the dinger out because, hey, listen, I used it once. Good. I got to use it every now and then. You know, they say if you don't use it, you lose it. And my dinger needs use. Now, here's the deal. We're going to check back with her next week, but here's what Smarty does. He cuts through the mustard and gets to the people you need to talk to. Global headquarters, who the one guy wouldn't even tell her who global headquarters was or where they were, but we were able to get it done. Fred, what is your problem with Champion?
Yes, good afternoon, Tom. Thank you for taking my call.
What's going on, man?
I contacted Champion Windows. What's that?
What did you do with Champion? I want to hear the story.
I contacted them about 5 weeks ago to add a sunroom to where my patio is and replace the glass sliding door. The gentleman came over, was very pleasant, very nice. He told me that they would, work with my HOA to get approval for the project, and so forth and so forth.
Now, did they take any money from you?
Yes, I signed a contract with them, and they.
Well, that's an important part. How much did you pay?
$38,000.
Wait, up front?
Well, the initially they've only taken 1/3 of that for buying the materials and do whatever they have to do.
What have you paid so far?
Well, I signed a contract with them, and through a company that they use for financing, they took out about a little over 13. I'm not sure the exact amount, but $13,000, about 1/3 of the $38,000.
Okay, so now what's the problem? I mean, I can predict what's going on, but go ahead and tell me. You paid 1/3 up front. What's going on?
I was told that they would work with my HOA to get approval for the project.
Yeah.
I submitted the initial application to my HOA, and they've received it. Now my HOA is asking for drawings of the exact dimensions and a description with possible photos, if possible, of what the sunroom is going to look like.
Look, I'm going to cut to the chase. I can predict this. Champion Windows sucks. Okay, Champion Windows used to be a good company, and for some reason they went downhill into the crapper. They suck. Their products now suck, their salespeople suck, and their follow-up sucks. And I would have told you that before you put the money down. So they make promises and they don't deliver. Champion Windows sucks. So what I need to know is, are they sucking or are they trying to help you in any way?
They're not returning my calls.
Of course not.
I called them.
They got your money.
Now.
Of course not. They got your money. They suck. I am so tired of hearing about Champion because they were once a great company and now they suck. And Mark, we should have a serious conversation with them because that company was truly a good company.
I don't think they're in Colorado anymore.
I mean, where did you reach them, Fred?
Well, they sent a flyer through the mail, and I contacted them through the flyer.
Yep.
And just FYI, when I first moved into this property, which was about 20 years ago, I did use them to replace the windows.
And they were great. And they were great back then. But they have since gone downhill. I don't know what happened. Something happened. One thing that happened is their local president or vice president, whatever he was called in this market, he retired. Or he didn't retire. He left Champion. And the place went to crap. And they closed their factory. They no longer make stuff here. I don't know, man. I'm sorry you dealt with them. That doesn't mean we're going to toss our hands in the air. We're going to try to get a hold of them for you. But, do you have a phone number and somebody you talk to there?
Yes. The person I spoke to was a guy named Carlos. He's the guy that came out and did the measurements.
Do you have okay, what does Carlos say?
Well, Carlos is not returning my calls.
Is that the only guy you've been in touch with so far?
No, the first gentleman came out here was a guy named, I think, Justin.
What, have you talked to any managers or anybody in authority? You're just talking to foot soldiers.
I did call to make a complaint today, and when I asked for the complaint, I asked for manager, and they wanted to send an email. I said that's not acceptable. I need to speak with someone because I expect to get this project done by July 1st. And they told me, well, basically, sorry about that. And I said, well, can I please have the phone number for your headquarters? Well, he gave me a number for headquarters. I think I apologize. My brain's not functioning that great lately. Yeah. But I believe it was in Cincinnati. And I did leave a voicemail. I called there, but all I got was a voicemail.
All right, hold on. I'm going to cut. Listen, we're going to work on this together. I want Deputy Smarty Pants to work on this. I want him to contact them, and I'll tell you why. Because he's going to get through to them. And then Smarty, if you're listening, I think Smarty's listening. Is he listening, Kachina? Do you know?
They sold out, man.
That's why they suck.
They sold the Great Day Improvements.
Yeah, that's why they suck. Or they started sucking before that. But Smarty Pants is going to call and say, you guys once had a great name in Colorado, and now it's being denigrated by all of the complaints, and you guys don't respond, and you guys suck. And we need to do something about it, and we need to take care of Fred. So Kachina, I can never see her, so I don't know if she sees. Okay, good. Let's give this to Deputy Smarty Pants. That would be really good. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm simply tired of people sucking. Is that too much to ask for? That you simply take care of your people? And Champion has been the worst. The worst. I never knew what they were saying, this red thing, red-filled America. What do you think they're saying?
What?
This podcast promo. They don't pronounce it well. It's not Redfield. I thought it was. Yeah, I know. I thought it was Redfield forever. Okay.
Are we meeting here, or are we going to go somewhere?
Just here, real quick. Yeah, I mean, it just, yeah. American Restoration 24/7 is a company you need if you ever have a broken pipe, a flood, a fire, any kind of property damage. You discover black mold that's toxic, or you're not sure, or asbestos, or anything where your property has to be remediated, rescued, where the damage has to stop, and you have to rebuild. American Restoration 24/7 can do it all. They are the company I know and trust, the company with all the EPA certifications and the professional associations you need to get this thing done right. They work with all insurance companies, and you won't be left with a mess. Not like these other schlocks that your insurance companies hire. Don't let them hire the company. They hire them, they pay them, and then they say, sorry, we already paid, and you're stuck with the mess. You have to go with the good people from the beginning. American Restoration 24/7. That's AmRest247.com. 8337-AMREST. 8337-AMREST. Now, Ideal Home Loans is still doing loans. Remember that. And they have an interest rate guarantee. So when rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. 303-867-7000.
You mentioned the price of eggs earlier, but my beef actually just went down.
Your beef?
Yeah. I order beef every year.
Oh, a side?
Yeah. Well, no, I order the whole thing, and I got another guy to split it with. So,
do you go through one in a year?
Well, with my kids and everything else, they come over and they run it.
How much does that cost?
I'm paying $3 a pound hanging weight.
For all of it. And how much does that weigh?
This one weighed in at 1908. or excuse me, 636 rather. So
wait,
636 for the whole beef. That's before it's cut. They still got to pay the cutter. And so the cutter.
So what does it all come out to?
You know, at this price.
For a whole beef.
At this price, the whole beef is probably going to be 23 to 2400.
And you get tons of steaks and shit.
Steaks and ground beef, ribs, brisket, your roasts, your tongue, the tail, the heart, the liver, all the consumables.
Now the heart, what do you do with a heart?
You roast it just like a regular roast.
Does it cut like one, or is it more
Yeah,
soft?
similar. Yeah, it's good. It's real good.
What are they, about that big?
Yeah, they'll cut it into portions because we only do it for 2 people, so we wouldn't want one the whole.
Can you have more of one and less of another? Or is that the way it works, or it just yields so many of each?
It's because we yield so much. Yeah.
So,
but I mean,
so no matter what, you'll have filet and you'll have.
Well, I mean, and you also make your own order. So, like, if I don't want the front shanks, I can have it all ground into burger if I want. If I want my, if I want my flat steaks tenderized, I can get all of that stuff all done with the cutter right there. So, but between, I mean, like I said, the kids will come over, go through the freezer, do a little grocery shopping.
Who's doing these negative ads on DeSantis already?
I think the guy out of California.
Why?
I don't know.
They're just running fucking negative ads already. Yeah. He's not ready to be president.
Disney.
There you go.
Oh man, did he fuck them? But then they fucked back. Did you hear what they did before that board was dispersed?
That was a weird thing.
Appointed themselves for 30 years of something or other.
No, it's the King Arthur the Third something. Meaning as long as it's not King Arthur though. It's over in England.
They went on, right? They knew what he was doing, going to disband that thing. So they passed laws and made agreements because they controlled everybody there in Celebration and all that other place. And they just passed it that they get the final say on everything and that they are on the board. And so they're trying to undo all that. I mean, they fucked with the wrong guy. They should have never screwed around.
I told you about how your nose is the body's air filter. That Novice's powered sucker will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucuses,
and the parents are telling kids they're not going to color eggs this year because it's too fucking expensive.
What's that? Quote?
Who said that?
So I wonder how many parents are not going to color eggs this year because they're too expensive.
I read directions carefully.
I guess they could get the plastic eggs. They're cheap.
Well, yeah,
but they're not the same. I mean, like for the hunting and getting the little treats and stuff. But you're right, it's not the same.
You know something about a bunion?
Coloring
Some dude's bunion? Young man's bunion?
Yeah, and it turned out to be bullshit. He said he had 2 jobs and he had to walk between jobs, and I felt so sorry for him. I said, I'll get this paid for and I'll get you a deal at a foot clinic. And then it turned out when we went to verify his story, he didn't work at any fucking place.
He didn't have a job?
No. They didn't even know him. Why? How do you know this? What
Someone on YouTube was asking.
But
ask Tom if he ever got that young man's bunion fixed.
None of his story checked out. None of it.
What was he looking for? Just to get his bunion fixed? But he had no job or anything.
He said he had 2 jobs, and it was hard for him to make a living, and he's in so much pain.
But he didn't even have 1 job.
Right.
That's crazy.
But I mean, so if he lied about that, he might be lying about everything.
Probably was lying about everything.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Frank, what's going on with you? How can we help you, Frank?
Hi, sounds good. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, Frank.
Thank you. Okay. I just want to question you as to what you might know about concrete lifting. I have some sidewalk area for the front of the house.
They call it mud jacking. Yes, concrete lifting or mud jacking.
Right. Is it effective? I mean, does it hold together? It's a polyurethane material.
Well, then it's not concrete lifting. It's polyurethane. There's 2 kinds. There's a synthetic lift, and then there's a mud lift. The mud lift is concrete. The synthetic is better, but more difficult to do. The synthetic is better because it doesn't deteriorate. It spreads farther. It's more of it's really cool. The synthetic fill gets down and under. They both work, by the way, okay? But the synthetic has a better way of creeping into the voids. And now you'll have someone who does concrete disagree.
Right.
And they're both good. Let's put it this way. The most important thing is the application. And if they're both applied the same or with expertise, you're going to have good luck with either one of them. So anyway, here's what they do. They drill small access holes, circles, like about 2 inches or less, and then they put the stuff through that. They pump it through that in an area that needs to be lifted. It exerts upward pressure and lifts. And then they fill the holes. And they're pretty good at it.
I contacted and had them come out Lift Tech Corporation up there in Lakewood.
I don't know them.
I'd call the ones on our referral list. AAA is unbelievable.
AAA's been around for years.
I was pretty impressed with them. They came out right away.
Well, okay. Listen, you ultimately have to make a decision. We have some really good people.
And by the way, there is people, I'm not saying I agree with this, but there's people that argue the polyurethane foam is not good for the environment, but it off-gases, but I don't know how real that is.
It doesn't leach that much, Mark. I mean, they don't use that much. I mean, I guess if you use caverns of it, it might be different.
Are you saying you'd eat it?
No. But, Frank...
What was the name of the company on your list, Tom?
AAA.
AAA what?
Concrete lifting, is it, Mark? Concrete... What is it? AAA
I'm
what?
looking.
And then what about, is mudjacking still on?
AAA Concrete Raising.
And then do we still have...
303-526-2222.
Mark, what about the guy that does it? He's called mudjacking or mud...
I don't know what happened to him after COVID.
He's not on our list anymore?
I'd have to look, man.
Okay, let me just see. Hold on. I might have somebody else on, too. I'm just trying to find...
It's about 1/4 the price of replacing the entire sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
In the front.
Right.
You know?
Okay, Cracker Jack's still on. Cracker Jack mudjacking is another one.
And he's one of the largest.
Yeah, Cracker Jack does a great job.
But both of those guys, the AAA and Cracker Jack, will both give you 100% free estimates, man.
And Cracker Jack is 303-410-7787.
7787.
I don't know what happened to the owner, man.
Said they warranty it for 5 years.
Well, all of them have their own guarantees. Just
both
shop
good,
them
man.
all, though.
I don't know what happened to that owner, dude. He used to be an endorsement 3-4 months out of the year, and he disappeared.
Who's that? Which one?
Cracker Jack. I mean, they're still.
Cracker Jack, Mudjack.
Oh, what's his first name? I can picture.
I can picture him perfectly.
He's a good guy, man. Yeah.
Boy, if you got the old guy, what was the old guy's name? Howard from AAA?
Mm-hmm.
If you got him talking about that foam, holy shit, you wouldn't.
Who was
Anytime
that?
you mention the foam, Howard. Anytime you mention the foam, email and call. It was horrible.
David Ellis Jewelry will buy your jewelry. All you have to do is show up at 3rd and Clayton. Look for the black awning there at Cherry Creek North. You know what? He'll also buy junk, which he weighs and pays, or used antique or vintage jewelry. You'll get a fair price. Whatever it is, it's live and local, a name we've trusted for many years. Please don't go on Facebook or Craigslist or any of these online places or meet people at hotel rooms to sell jewelry and gold and platinum and silver. Go to David Ellis Jewelry, 303-322-8779. The Art of Granite, that's a place that will give you a price on the phone because they're proud of their pricing. They're proud of their deals. They're proud of the way they do things because they do cost on all countertop materials, whether granite or marble or quartz or quartzite or any stone. natural or engineered stone or man-made material, they do. And they tear out and haul away free. They also do the bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. 303-386-5919. Get your price. 303-386-5919.
How long does it take you to swap over the tires on that Ranger? Or you got to bring it there?
No, I can lift it up and do it there.
But the average Joe couldn't, right? I mean, you got to have your shop.
Does it go right on the wheel hub? Those things go right on the wheel hub?
Yeah, and then
So it's like bolting up a tire or a wheel?
similar,
God, they're
but
so
there's,
big.
you have to change. There's a couple of bolts that you have to change between the tires and the tracks because they're heavier, obviously. So you've got to reinforce the basically longer bolts that go through the A arms and whatnot to go through there. And then you have your limiting straps. So I mean, with a floor jack and an electric gun, I'll probably have everything done.
Oh, floor jack. Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably have everything done. I'm gonna say 45 minutes.
Oh, that's like switching my tractor from the snow thrower to the fucking
mower.
deck. Yeah.
Not a lot to it. So and then I also
the first time's the bitch, though, right?
Yeah.
When they take it out of the box and then have to get it ready for tracks, that's when they put shit on that you never ever take off again, right?
There's really not a lot of stuff that you're taking on and off.
Okay.
There really isn't.
How heavy is it as a unit?
The track? I'll let you know.
Fuck, it looks heavy. What else if you jump it? Can you fuck it up?
God, there's people that do it all the time. They're jumping these things, right?
Who put it on?
The dealership when I bought it. I had them put on there because we were going straight up the hill. And right now, we're still sitting at a 65-inch base. You know.
This dude owns 888 888 heating. He rides these motorcycles, dude, that have
Garrett?
Yeah, you take a fucking motorcycle and you put a front ski on it.
Yeah, they're all over the hill up there.
And it's got a track on the back. It is the craziest looking
It's about a 5-minute learning curve, but
he lives and loves them.
They are so much easier than a snowmobile. It's
easier.
Easier. Much easier.
Does it float on top?
Lighter.
Does it stay on top of the snow?
Yeah, it just depending on how long your track is. And, I mean, you can walk away from it. It'll stand on its own. No kickstand, no nothing.
They look fucking cool.
They are cool. I still like my snowmobile.
I wonder what they run, maybe 10?
I don't know. Some motorsports. I know he got a couple in stock.
So you never switch them over, right? Who makes them mostly? Yamaha, KTM, or?
I don't own one. I've never really looked into it.
I wonder if Polaris itself owns one.
Yeah, I bet you Polaris owns it.
They're badass, man. There's three-wheeler ones, too.
I don't think I'd like that. I'd rather have a two-wheeler if I'm going to have one. And it's not two-wheelers, it's track and ski.
Yeah, that's right, there is no wheels at all.
How big is the front ski? Is it wide?
No. Not like
a snowmobile ski.
Yeah, I mean. Rail Industries. Okay, there's a lot of conversion kits out there. So basically, it looks like pretty much any bike.
Yeah.
Although, look at this, man. This one's pretty badass on Alibaba.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
$2,300.
Yeah, if you get it back, if you ever get it.
If you ever get it.
They call it a snow buggy.
The president has been indicted. The former president, that is.
We're gonna.
And thus, the mass shooting in Nashville disappears from the news cycle. I'll have to detail what twisted secret came out.
That's pretty cool looking bike.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Smarty Marty has some updates, Deputy Smarty Pants. And, well, we heard about the Hilton.
Yeah.
The Hilton is going to get back to her on those ear pods. I'm surprised she had to go through such lengths just to get a response.
Yeah, Tom, you know I believe in finding the executive phone numbers. And instead of me doing it, I let the consumer do it first.
and if they can't get through, then I'll take over. But I found that to be more effective when the consumer calls the executive line first.
No, I got it. And you found the right contact. She didn't even know where the headquarters was located. What else is going on?
So I have this update with April versus the AAA car detailers.
Yes. That now it's All American Auto Detailing. They suck.
Right. And I expected they won't get back to me because you're dealing with customer service, and I'm sure all the other deputies will tell you customer service does nothing. So I wrote the email. Management has not gotten back to me as I expected. However, I was able to reach, again, the Wells Fargo executive office because she put her charge on a debit card. And Wells Fargo, long story short, is Wells Fargo executive office contacted her, and they said they'll have a result within 10 days if they're going to reverse her charges. Now, 10 days is very fast.
Yeah.
Compared to, and so they'll, for that part. But she has a problem with the permanent damages.
Of what?
And, well, she says they caused damage to her car, or the boyfriend.
The
detailer.
Detail. You know, that detailing company, by the way, doesn't return any calls.
Well, and they're in Florida, so
yeah, they really suck, and they ran. You know, how can they call themselves a detailing company here? They just call a bunch of schlocks here to do their work. All they are is a lead aggregator.
They're like the Florida moving brokers.
Yeah,
no different.
Yep.
So anyway, she should get her principal money back if Wells Fargo comes through, but the damage. He's supposed to call you back about small claims next week. He wants to know if he can get an estimate from, let's say, a body shop, how much it would cost. Could he go with the estimate for small claims, or does he have to actually get it repaired?
No, he doesn't get it repaired first. He goes with an estimate for sure.
Okay.
And it's always best if you have a couple estimates. I always say 3 and throw out the top and the bottom, but he can get just one estimate. I mean, if it's not outrageous, how much damage does he think he's got? I mean,
we think it's maybe 400. I estimated no more than 400.
You know, I wonder if they have an agent here. He takes them to small claims court here. Otherwise, you know, I often wondered, Mark, why would someone have an agent? Doesn't it open themselves up to small claims court?
Well, you have to run a business or have a location or do business in a state.
Oh, okay.
It's a state law.
Okay, so in other words then, All American Auto Detailing has to have an agent here because they do business here?
Well, I don't know how they work. If they're
you call a central office and book it.
So they probably aren't they're probably just an aggregator.
That's what they are.
I don't know if they need that then here because they don't have a physical location or a physical presence.
Yeah.
So then how would you file? How would you file against a company in Florida?
Well, you'd have to go to Florida, which sucks. I mean, who's going to do that? And they know that.
Well, can they do it online?
Yeah, but you can file
online. You still got
online.
to show up for court,
and you still have to.
And you still got to serve them.
Now, maybe Zoom. Who knows if they'll let you do a Zoom anymore? They were doing during COVID. Hey, maybe he ought to look into that. Anyway, Smarty Marty, thank you very much. Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. Don't forget, he's at 303-693-1400. And it's denvertrans.com and denvertransmissions.com, right? Both? Both of those. Okay, great. And don't forget referralist.com for help, information, and referrals. And you can call 303-MARTINO 24/7 for help. Leave your number. We'll get back to you. Save all your problems for me.
Denvertrans.com. That still cracks me up.
Denver
Trans.
They all work. Like, they're all good with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she's put the same one on there twice.
Well, today I had her change it from Kimmer Trans to Denver Trans. But then I thought,
it's
maybe
transmissions, though.
You want transmission.
That's easier.
It's easier to remember.
No, but if you're a trans or you're transitioning, Denver Trans.
There you go.
They'll be calling you for other kinds of work.
So these timber sleds are running.
Keep it up, Kelly.
Okay.
I'm gonna do Leland's on there.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
These timber
You're
sleds.
doing Twisted View today?
Yeah.
Looks like you can get as low as about $2,300, and some of the better ones are about $7,500.
What? I gotta end the string though.
Well,
no, those are just a kit.
It's chassis. You got to put the bike on it.
You got to buy the bike.
Fuck! And then you've got moon bikes. You ever seen these?
Yep.
So you got to put a bike on the damn thing.
Yeah. And then
Those are kind of cool,
You have
actually.
moon bikes.
For
which is
putting
like-
around.
Yeah. They actually get up some pretty big speeds.
What is the moon bike?
It looks
fully
like
electric.
those.
Fully electric snow bike.
If you lived up there, you'd have to have something.
Well, yeah, you cannot get to our place right now without a tracked vehicle. No way.
Wait, so you're saying you can't get there with a helicopter?
Not if you want to get on the not if you want to get on the property, you know.
Might be too many trees and shit.
Yeah.
And then also you get a whiteout.